afternoon, race fans, and welcome to Delaware Speedway, just outside of London, Ontario, Canada. Event number 4 of the APC United Late Model Series presented by Grisdale. We are at what has become the home of the late models 2-3 times a year. They've been getting it done here at the half mile, and you are in for an entertaining show here tonight. I'm Jamie Maudsley. Joining me in the booth tonight, Lonnie Thompson, former Superstock driver here at Delaware Speedway. Lonnie, you're making your broadcast debut tonight on TV. And I know you got some good stuff going on. You got some notes in the pits earlier tonight, and we should have a great time here this evening with a great event.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jamie. I'm flattered to be a part of the G-Force Racing America team tonight, and they always put on an unbelievable show, and I got some big shoes to fill with Clinton Adam not being here, but I'll do my best.
Some more big shoes to fill. Jordan Maudsley, pit side here at Delaware Speedway. He'll be calling all the action, him and Jack running up and down pit road. There's a beautiful overhead view of this speedway. Lots of cars in attendance tonight. We've got a great field of late models. 159 laps for the Canada Day Spectacular here, presented by AC Delco, the AC Delco Canada Day Classic in memory of Ivor Jones. You see the APC late models on pit road getting set to roll out for their group qualifying. And a great crowd here at Delaware Speedway here this afternoon. We had great weather last night, a great crowd for the first of 2 nights of our Canada Day weekend. And again, more great Chamber of Commerce weather. You couldn't ask for a better afternoon. Not too hot, and it's going to cool down to a nice probably 20 degrees here by the time we go racing. And not a rain cloud in the sky. That is music to my ears.
I would say it's about time, because we've been waiting for this for, well, since May, because we haven't had the nicest weather, so tonight's beautiful, and can't wait to get some racing in.
The people that were here for the first APC race of the year, the season opener at Delaware, let me tell you, they had heated lawn chairs, blankets. Yeah. They don't need that stuff this evening. Group number 1 rolling out, qualifying, getting set to go as everybody chases the Epic Raceware Pole Award here this afternoon. The 33 machine, sponsored by Liuna. That is Jonathan Arts making his first appearance of the year. There's the 39 entry. He's out of Paynes Mills, Ontario. He's a feature winner in weekly action a little earlier on this year in the Simon Innovation BASF Oliver Ford entry. That is Brady Smith in that 39 machine. Next car out is the 22 Marshall Schrenk, a regular in both the modified and the late model divisions here at Delaware Speedway. Sloan Stone Design Cameron Klein Echo Electric 22S from nearby Kamoka, just up the hill. And the 23, Connor Maltese out of Innisfil in the Awesome Raceware Paragon Office Installations entry. 5 laps each of these drivers will get there. You see Marshall Schrenk, and there's Maltese working down into 3 and 4. And once they get the heat in the tires, that's when we will see the time start to climb. So far, Brady Smith quickest on the board with an 18.666. Smith and Schrenk under the 19-second bracket. So the important thing we're looking at, obviously, somebody's going to win the Epic Raceware Pole today, but also you want to be in the top 6, because that will get you in the scramble and guarantee you a top 6 starting position. So imperative that you get in the top 6 here in qualifying to set yourself up for tonight's AC Delco Canada Day Classic 159. There's Brady Smith. Fast qualifier so far. He goes a little quicker on lap 3. This is lap 4 for the Paynes Mills driver. Again, went to feature victory lane a little earlier on this year. Won 1 last year. Before that, it was about 9 years between weekly victories for Brady Smith. It was a long drought. But again, he's been back there this year as well as last year in weekly competition here at Delaware. One of our regular competitors here at the half mile on Friday nights, and he is your fast qualifier so far. Marshall Schrenk, second quick. Marshall goes a little quicker on a final lap, but not enough to wrestle that top spot away from Brady Smith in the 39. Number 2, set to roll. Track record, a 17.928.
Now that's a fast lap, Jamie.
Set by Connor Pritico back in September of 2022. And pretty safe to say I don't think anybody's going to challenge that one today.
I remember that night. It was a nice, cool night. It was perfect racing conditions.
Cool weather breeds horsepower and handling. These guys are going to be wrestling these cars tonight. Guys and young ladies, speaking of the two, had a little bad spell at Peterborough there, got into some fluid, put the right front of that 2 machine into the wall, but she has got it repaired. The first lady of the APC series, the 2, Kendra Adams out of Innisfil in that Mobile 1 machine. There's the 51, lights out Mike Bentley. He's out of Hamilton in the Bennett Construction Platinum 1 contracting entry. And third car in this group is the 3 of Shea Gemmel working off turn 3 and 4. And very big surprise to see Shea Gemmel 8th in points after 3 races. And in the second of 4 qualifying groups. They have struggled with that 3 car this year. He figured to be a championship contender coming into the season. We'll see if he can turn it around here in qualifying for tonight's APC. AC Delco Canada Day Classic 159. Gemmel up to number 2. The 4th car in this qualifying session, the 19. Connor Pritico, 2-time winner here in APC action at Delaware Speedway. Also a former Delaware Speedway late model champ in that 19 machine.
Oh, there goes Gemmel.
Gemmel third quick. Pritico top of the board.
But 18.4, that's a fast lap.
Pritico comes into the night 7th in points. Again, Gemmel in 8th. Gemmel's third quick right now. Brady Smith sits 2nd. And surprising, Connor Pritico went fastest on the first lap and has not been able to go any quicker. It's quick enough to be a top Epic Raceware pole qualifying right now, but is it going to be enough to hold off the last 6 cars coming up? Smith 2nd, Gemmel 3rd, Bentley 4th. Good run for Mike Bentley in the 51. And Marshall Schrenk in the 22M is 5th right now. He was the fastest of group number 1. Check that, second fastest of group number 1 behind Brady Smith. So it's Pritico, Smith, Gemmel, Bentley, and Schrenk, your top 5. Third group rolling out onto the Speedway. You got the 72, the Byrne Workwear entry. Home Hardware, Castro Wakefield sponsored. Junior Farley out of Guelph, 2nd place finish. The highlight of his season at Flamborough back on race number 2. He's a former winner at Sunset Speedway in that 72 machine. He was here for super modified action a few weeks ago. Getting up to speed in that 72. And then one of his team cars, the 83, the Wellington Systems. National Excavating Shaw Motorsports entry out of Guelph, Dale Shaw. The inaugural series champ, and then the defending series champ in the 17. Canadian Flat Roof Systems, Canada Clean Fuel Vinnie's Masonry. Machine from Chesley, Ontario. That's primetime Josh Stoddy in the 17. There's Stoddy, your defending series champ. Winner here at Delaware Speedway in the season opener back in May. So he proved he can get the W here at Delaware. See what he can do this evening. Josh Stoddy, P2 on his first lap. Junior Farley up to 7th. Right now, Marshall Schrenk in the hot seat, sitting 6th. On the bubble to get bumped out of the invert. Stoddy puts up an even quicker lap on lap 2. 18.511. Needs to find half a tenth to wrestle the top qualifier award away from Connor Pritico as they sit right now. Smith 3rd, Gemmel 4th, Bentley 5th. And Marshall Schrenk still holding on to that final invert spot somehow. Junior Farley only able to qualify 7th. Dale Shaw is 9th. So those two drivers struggling to back up their practice times from earlier today. And Farley can't crack the top 6. And neither can Dale Shaw. So Marshall Schrenk still on the bubble. Pritico, Stoddy, Brady Smith, Shea Gemmel, Mike Bentley, and Marshall Schrenk, your top 6 right now. Final group rolling out onto the Speedway. We've got a 2-time APC United late model champ in the 22, the Pennzoil APC entry. That is Kyle Steckley out of Milverton, Ontario. Also sponsored by AW Millwright and Stewart's Equipment. The 30 machine, two-time series champ out of Creemore, Ontario. In the Ellis Don Gallagher Insurance rendered GFL Port City race car entry, that's Brandon Watson, the all-time winningest driver on tour, the all-time winningest pole winner on tour as well, and the hottest driver on tour, your point leader in the 52. He's a former Delaware Speedway late model champ from Mount Bridges, Ontario. The Reynolds Trucking Raptor Filters Vibrant Farms Pride Seed entry. That's Jake the Snake Sheridan in the 52. And again, top 6 cars will be in the invert for the top 6 spots. Marshall Schrenk on the bubble right now. Green flag in the air. This trio now racing against the clock for 5 laps. Steckley through 3 and 4. There's the 52 of Sheridan, that Raptor filter machine here. Steckley, he's going to be the first one to put a time on the board. And he goes to 3rd quick on his first lap. Brandon Watson now goes 3rd quick. And how about this on his first lap to the top of the board? Jake the Snake Sheridan. And that will bump Schrenk, Bentley, and Gemmel all out of the invert. Now we'll see who can grab that Epic Raceware pole and the bonus money that goes with it. Sheridan off turn 2 down the Delaware Hill. He's got the top spot right now with an 18.425. We'll see if Steckley or Watson can knock him off. A 4.99 for Steckley, who's P3 right now. Watson's 4th. Pritico still in 2nd. There's Jake the Snake Sheridan, winner last time out at Peterborough Speedway 2 weeks ago. Winner at Flamborough earlier this year. And there's Kyle Steckley, your 2-time series champ. Steckley, Watson, Sheridan, probably your 3 championship favorites right now. They run 1, 2, 3 in points. We're the 3 quickest cars in practice. And our P1, 3, and 4 in qualifying. As qualifying wraps up for the APC United Late Model Series, Jake Sheridan, your #1 qualifier today with a lap of 18.425. Connor Pritico 2nd. Kyle Steckley will come home 3rd. The 30 of Brandon Watson in 4th. Josh Stoddy 5th. Brady Smith in 6th. Those are the cars that will go into the invert, which I believe should put Connor Pritico on the pin for tonight's feature. I would suggest Brady Smith would be starting 6th. Sheridan 5th, Watson 4th, Steckley 3rd, and Stoddy on the outside of the front row, I believe.
Well, it looks like Jake's going to start off the night just right where he left off
he was
a couple
fast.
weeks ago.
Fast for sure.
And he's got 158 laps to work his way to the front here. So
there you see Jake Sheridan climbing out of that race car. Sure we'll get a word with him just as soon as he gets all the safety gear undone. The Epic Raceware Fast Time Award. Our good friends Dan Bailey at Epic Raceware and Epic Promotions. If you've got a small business and you need something printed, whether it's on a t-shirt or paper or coffee mugs or banners, Epic Raceway, your guy to talk to. The thing I like about Dan, he's a race fan too. He's here all the time.
He's at every race.
He's at every race.
Every race.
Except last night, he said he had to watch on TV. He said he said he was going to come, but he had to drive somebody here today who didn't want to drive by themselves.
Well, we'll let it slide. He can miss one race this year across Ontario.
And there's your Epic Raceway pole winner here today, the 52, Jake Sheridan. He's down there with Jordan.
Jake hopping out down here, obviously where you wanted to start tonight. What's it going to take to get it done here?
Yeah, the car felt really good there for sure. It's tough, man. It's a tough track. Sure, it's going to be a huge temperature swing, obviously, tonight. It's pretty hot right now in the sun. So I haven't got a pole here in a little bit, so pretty cool, pretty fun experience. Thank you to Epic Raceway. Really happy to be a brand ambassador for them this year. And this new suit looks good in pole victory lane here. So preach those guys. Preach these guys did a hell of a job all day. Really, really good race car. And just worked on old tires all day, and I think we got something here to keep up until the end. So hopefully the temperature swing goes our way and car stays underneath us.
Jake Sheridan qualifies P1 down here in qualifying.
So Jake Sheridan wins the Epic Raceway Pole Award. 11th career pole for Jake Sheridan. We'll be back with more action here at Delaware Speedway. Features for the modifieds and the hot rods coming up right after this.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The must-see racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the must-see sprint cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America. The 500 Sprint Car Tour heads back home again to Indiana. It's the second annual Tom Bigelow Showdown at the high banks of Winchester Speedway. Sunday, June 28th, see 50 pulse-pounding laps around the world's fastest half mile, along with the Thunder Roadsters and the CRA Sportsman Series. That's Sunday, June 28th, the 500 Sprint Car Tour at Winchester Speedway. And you can see it only on Racing America.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
You are looking live at Delaware Speedway. Round number 4, the APC United Late Model Tour on Racing America TV. And it is our first of 3 features on the evening tonight. The Moddy Mods, the Overkill Enterprise Modified Series. Sponsored by Lloyd's Paving tonight. Getting set to get underway for their 30-lap feature. And they always put on a dandy. Problems here with the 5 of Dave Mathers out of St. Thomas. He has stopped on the front stretch, maybe just relocating that steering wheel if he had it off by a notch. Looks like he's all ready to go in the 5. So we'll set the field for you. The Blue Deuce out of Brantford, the Scott's Auto Body Repair Machine, that's Rick Burbridge, a longtime APC late model runner. Good to see Rick out in a modified and a good looking piece. The 29 machine, Daryl Henward out of St. George in the Overkill Enterprise 519 tint entry. The 88 heat race winner, we'll see if he got his overheating problems fixed. That's Ryan Dick out of Chatham. The 51, he's in the Bray Motors machine out of Tiny, Ontario, Dale Reinhardt. Feature winner here last night. The 18, Jason Keene out of Oakville. The 46 out of Fergus is Steve Trendell. The 39 out of Arcona in the Harrington Excavating machine is the Batman, Brian Batty. Alongside him out of Lions, that's Adam Evison in that 12 machine. The 45 is Eric McLean, second generation driver from Con. His dad, of course, the all-time winningest Oscar modified feature winner. 69 out of Owen Sound, that is the Wally Wilson. Former owner of the finest mullet in Ontario Motorsports. He trimmed it down a bit. I think he's having some problems with the downforce on it, though. I've told him to grow it back.
Well, I saw him earlier. It looks like it's coming back.
The 2P is Dylan Penny. The 16 is Matt Huff out of Stittsville. He looked pretty good in his heat race. As the field gets set to rock and roll here. Going to get the one to go this time by. Field of modifieds for their 30-lapper here this evening. Hey, before we go green, how about this? We just found out it's Brian Batty's dad's birthday. So, Brian Batty's dad, happy birthday to you. No better way to celebrate a birthday than at the racetrack, and probably no better place at the racetrack to celebrate it than if you can wheel that 39 down to Victory Lane. Jordan, who you got as we go green?
I like Batty to win this one.
Lonnie?
I'm going to take the 4 Steve McCaw.
The 4 Steve McCaw. I am going to take the low-hanging fruit. I'm going to call the 51 of Dale Reinhardt. He was fast last night in our Delaware Speedway weekly modified action. Picked up a feature win. He will start 4th.
And you can't go wrong with somebody that's already won a heat tonight. So
Steve McCaw, he's got a lot of work to do in that Ray Cullen number 4. But if anybody can do it, it's Steve.
I believe in him.
And he just seems to get better and better every time out in that modified. Great field here tonight. And a great crowd. Thrilled to have everybody out here this evening. And glad you could join us on Racing America TV, our first feature of the night. It's the Overkill Enterprises Modified Series presented by Lloyd's Paving this evening. Rick Burbridge, the Blue Deuce out of Brantford, will bring them to the stripe. 30 laps to distance, 15 miles. Race number 2 of the 2026 Oscar Overkill Enterprise Modified Series now underway. Burbridge will lead them down into turn 1. Burbridge on the bottom. Henwood up top. We'll see what Dick can do in the 88. He's got Reinhardt to his outside. Still rack stack compact off turn 4. Burbridge now squirts out front. Good close deal on Henwood. We've got to leave it down into 1. It's Rick Burbridge in that Blue Deuce. Race on for 3rd. Here comes Reinhardt top side. He'll grab that position. Now 3 wide. Here comes Keene. Making a crazy bit to the inside. They're going to clear the 88 of Dick. Oh, we got one around. Steve McCaw got mixed up with the 5. Everybody rolling. So that's good news, I guess. We are yellow.
We are yellow. Everybody looks clean.
So the 4, some contact. And he's going to pull into the pits there. You see Steve McCaw ducking up on the Speedway out of that 4 car. Probably just going to check the front wheels, make sure they're both pointed the right direction, because there was some contact on those open wheels. There's Steve McCaw, pit side. And he has rolled away. So We had a little replay of it there.
Yeah, it was hard to see who got under him there. I think it was Wally maybe got to his left rear. He got him loose coming out floor. But
There you see Steve McCaw in that Ray Cullen Chevrolet number 4 rolling down pit road. Raced years ago at Delaware Speedway, and then just crewed for guys for years and years before kind of climbing back behind the controls a few years ago in an Oscar hot rod. Getting back after it with kind of a second career in racing for Steve.
that happens more than you think.
I think you've had 2 now, right?
I've had 2 careers. My dad's retired 15 times. You know, it's you know, you always just find yourself coming back to it. But I mean, and then you find yourself crewing. You find yourself doing a lot of crewing for guys for sure. They're always looking for people. I do crew for Shea Gemmell right now, but I'm fortunate enough to be at G-Force tonight. So
You've done some work with helping the Robleys out.
I help the Robleys out when I can.
Your shops are located, located pretty close to each other.
Yep.
So the Modifieds getting set to go back under green. Lights are off. On the pace car, Gary Adrianson behind the controls. He's a multi-time Delaware Speedway champ and a feature winner last night. Big shout out to Gary Adrianson knocking the rust off and getting behind the controls of the Darrell Lake Superstock here at Delaware. Darrell was at a wedding. Gary knocked the rust off and went all the way to victory lane, holding off former Dayco champ Trevor Culver in what was a thriller last night. We're back under green now here today. It's Burbridge with Reinhardt right underneath the spoiler through 1 and 2. They get Henwood shuffled up top. And now we'll see what Reinhardt can do with your leader. That 51 has been stout all weekend long. Burbridge just fast enough to stay out front right now, but the 51 of Reinhardt on the charge. Reinhardt takes speed to the inside through 1 and 2. Burbridge runs about half a car width higher. Now Reinhardt's going to swing it to the bottom. Reinhardt down low, Burbridge up top. There, nerf bar to nerf bar, down into turn 1. Reinhardt will squirt out front. Your new leader, Dale Reinhardt in the 51. Steve Trendell now putting the heat on Burbridge for second. Here comes Jason Keene. There's a pass for 4th as Keene gets by Henwood off turn 4. 26 laps left to go over a 30-lap distance for the Modifieds here today. First of 3 features on Racing America TV, and so far it is Dale Reinhardt who has set sail in that 51. Problems with the 69. Wally Wilson comes pit side on the backstretch. And a tough weekend for Wally. They struggled to find speed last night. The primary car got wrecked at Sauble a few weeks ago. They haven't put it back together. They pulled this car out. It hasn't raced in a number of years, and they have found some gremlins. There's Steve McCaw now, picking up a spot off turn 4. Great shot as they race onto the front straightaway. Batty now working over Henwood. And there's your leader, Dale Reinhardt, in the 51. He has got the cruise control set, the sails in the air. He's opened up 3/4 of a second advantage over Rick Burbridge. And how about McCaw? He is picking him up and laying him down from the back of the pack. Right now working Brian Batty down into 3 and 4. McCaw's going to try to the inside. He'll squeeze it down on the bottom. And how about that? Steve McCaw in the 4. Picks up another spot, move him up to 5th. Now he's got to go after Trendle. Now Henwood trying to hold off Brian Batty. And there's Keene, Burbridge, with 46 at Trendle, and the man on the move, the 4 of Steve McCaw. Got banged up in the early going, restarted at the back of the pack, and he is on the charge. Has picked his way up into 5th spot and has given Steve Trendell fits in the 46. 20 to go. And there's one off the pace on the backstretch. Looks like Brian Batty in the 39. And unfortunately, no birthday victory for Dad today. Meanwhile, that race for fourth still going on. Trendell in the 46 and the 4 of McCaw. Here comes McCaw to the bottom now in 3 and 4. McCaw on the inside, Trendell up top, and McCaw finishes it off at turn 4. Steve McCaw now up into 4th spot. But he's got some work to do to track down Jason Keene. Keene in the 18 running 3rd. Burbridge goes 2nd. Your leader still Dale Reinhardt. How about this? Steve McCaw, fastest lap of the race. The only one under 19 seconds. So he's got the speed.
But will he have the time?
I don't know. We are almost halfway through this one. Cross flags are going to come out next time by. And he has visibly reeled in Jason Keene. Keene in the 18. Now that leads down to 3 car lengths over Steve McCaw. Halfway through this one. Brought to you by Kubota. Overkill Enterprise Modifieds. Sponsored by Lloyd's Paving. This Drysdale Racing Products Speed Shot. These cars come flying down the front stretch and into one. Steve McCaw is caught. Jason Keene. Now he's got to get by. Little bump. Oh, he got him loose in the middle of 3 and 4. That was the bump and run.
You got a little point by the flag man there.
But he's in 3rd. Steve McCaw now trying to reel in Rick Burbridge, who runs 2nd. Good job by Burbridge in the deuce. But everybody's chasing Dale Reinhardt. Oh, there it is. The little contact on the replay. Great job by our drone operator, Abby, getting the good look at that. And McCaw definitely got into him. But luckily, all parties got away undamaged. It'll be 10 to go this time by. Off turn 4 comes Dale Reinhardt. There's your leader. 10 laps to go, 5 miles of racing left. As he's trying to find his way to victory lane here today. Jason Keene in the 18 runs 4th. You see Steve McCaw in 3rd, and he is slowly reeling in Burbridge. Don't know if he's going to have enough time, though. Eight laps left to go. Here's McCaw, and you can see he's cut it down to about 4 car lengths between him and Rick Burbridge.
We have some lap traffic too that he's got to work around.
There's Steve McCaw now working around that lap car, Adam Ivison in the 12. McCaw will clear him as well. And McCaw will mosey on by Burbridge. Up into 2nd goes Steve McCaw. And Burbridge can't retaliate. He's losing ground. Don't think McCaw's going to catch Reinhardt without the help of a yellow flag. As the laps wind down, we are 5 to go. There's McCaw in that Ray Cullen Chevrolet number 4. down into turn 1 again.
And it looks like we have a car off the track here. The 2P of Dylan Penny is pulling in with a little bit of smoke behind.
So tough break for Dylan Penny. We are late in this one. Just 3 laps to go for your leader. And there's Steve McCaw running second. Not going to be much of a match for Dale Reinhardt here in the late going. Two laps to go. Reinhardt under the Coca-Cola scoreboard down into 3 and 4. He's going to ease back into that throttle, and the white flag in the air. London Recreational Racing, white flag in the air. 51 of Dale Reinhardt. Working through 1 and 2, down the backstretch. And into 3 and 4 for the final time. And off turn 4, twin checker flags in the air. And how about that, a big win for Dale Reinhardt in that 51 machine. Reinhardt from Shelburne. Rockvale Farms, SGR Plumbing, Blackjack Express, Scott Reinhardt Trailer, some of the sponsors on that 51. And once he got out front, man, it was over. That 51 has been quick. Last night, feature winner here in Delaware weekly action, and tonight going to Victory Lane in the event sponsored by Lloyd's Paving for the Overkill Enterprise Modifieds. And there he is, driver of the 51. Getting set to climb from that car.
Yeah, he's got 2 flags down here on the car, the Canada flag and our checkered flag up top. An excellent run here tonight, and he sweeps the weekend. Give it up for your feature winner, Dale Reinhardt. He's gonna hop out of the car, swing around over here. Feels like we just did this. A great place to finish your weekend.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you put the hard work in the shop and get the setup right on the car. It really pays off, and it shows. It's awesome to see all the fans here. Definitely have to thank all the sponsors of the series, Overkill Enterprise. Who else? We got Lloyd's Paving, and then my own sponsors, Scott Reinhardt Trailers. We got Blackjack Express, Bray Motors, Robbvale Farms, SGR Plumbing. Can't thank my dad enough, and my crew guys behind me here. The time that everybody puts in, it definitely doesn't go unnoticed because we're finishing up front here. So.
You said your starts were going to be limited last night. Have the plans changed after a dominant weekend here?
Not really. I mean, not really. That's the answer, but we're definitely having a lot of fun with it. So.
Dale Reinhardt finishes right where he wants to be down here in Pennzoil Victory Lane in the Overkill Modifieds.
So big win for Dale Reinhardt. We'll just wait while Jordan grabs a word with our second place finisher, Steve McCaw.
Steve McCaw, trouble there early, right where you wanted to finish up, though, after a good charge through the field.
Yeah, it was a long way to go. We had a little bit of an incident down in turn 1 on the heat race, which made me start last, and I got turned coming out of turn 4. I didn't realize that the 5 was underneath me, so spun myself out, went to the back, and then long way through the field, but especially with no cautions. But we did the best we could.
What makes this happen for you?
Everybody, my fans, my wife, my team, R&S Pools, Ray Cullen Chevrolet, Extreme Graphics, Auto Trade Sales and Service, Peter Lawton Plumbing. So a lot of great people behind me.
McCaw brings home the silver here in the Modifieds.
Good run by Steve McCaw. And our third place finisher in the Blue Deuce, Rick Burbridge.
Burbridge not where he wanted to end up, but overall a good result.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, this is the first time we've been here with the modified. Been here a lot with the late model, but frankly, we never had a lot of success there. So definitely my best result of Delaware I've ever had.
Who do you want to thank down here?
I'd like to thank everybody, kind of the sponsors, our sponsors, Napa Auto Pro, Fleming Auto, Scott's Auto Body Repair, Overkill Enterprise for the series, and Lloyd's Paving for putting on the show today, and G-Force and Racing America for being here. It's great.
Burbridge rides out our podium down here in Pennzoil Victory Lane.
Dale Reinhardt, your winner in the Overkill Enterprise Modifieds. We'll be back with Fireplace and Patio Shop Hot Rods right after this on Racing America TV.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordial Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordialMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday, the Pro All-Star Series heads to Oxford Plains Speedway for a celebration of their own. Wednesday and Thursday, July 1st and 2nd, kick off the 4th with live pay-per-view coverage of the Celebration of America 300, with qualifying on Wednesday and 300 laps of super late model racing on Thursday. It's the Celebration of America 300 from Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
You're back live at Delaware Speedway, London, Ontario, just outside of London, Ontario, Canada. We are back for the second of our three features here this evening, the Fireplace and Patio Shop Hot Rod Series, presented by Brumley Automotive. Just get rolling. And on the point, looks like it's going to be the 47 of Steve Book in the Studebaker. He's out of Brantford. Lafarge APC, the sponsors on that machine. The 42, that's the Golden Boy Daniel Hahn out of Hillsdale. Tire Depot Prime Line Painting entry. 47T, Thomas Wunsch. Thomas hails from Drayton in the Coffee Plumbing Brent Ron Electric Machine. The 8, Drew Richardson out of Moorfield in the Dom Transport Hidden Gem Rock Shop entry. He had a loose race car in heat race competition. We'll see if they got that 8 tightened up. 46, big heat race win earlier on today for Lane Zardo in the 46 Zed out of Brampton. Bester Forest Products, Gord's Basement Waterproofing entry. 26, he's a multi-time winner here at Delaware Speedway in hot rod competition. From Brussels, that's Dalen Martin in the Mustang Mach 1. The 2, also sponsored by Tire Depot, Fox Bakery and Deli out of Oro. That's the Kodiak. Tyler Hahn, as these guys try to get a little heat in the tires. I don't think that should be a problem today. So Hahn in the 2. The 5 is Jay Dewar, all in Jay Dewar out of London, former Delaware Speedway Super Stock champ. Sponsored by Once Upon a Child, Plato's Closet, and Fast Signs. Got the 78, young Lucas Chapman, the 12-year-old out of Sarnia. 73 is Jacob Booth. He's out of Innisfil in the Overkill Enterprises entry.
The only thing we can do to fix that is turn down the PA.
13 is Ryan Cowan out of Port Perry in the KCM Meadow Brumley Automotive entry. The 7, Thomas Jeremy out of London, the V8 feature winner here a few weeks ago at Delaware Speedway, regular Friday night action. The 14, Brian Wilson Sr. out of Mount Forest in the Tristan Alliance Racing entry. The 47, that is Stompin' Tom Walters out of Stroud in the D&H Recovery and Towing entry. Got the 77, also another teenager, Aiden McNichol out of Exeter, and the 00 of Trevor Thompson. Lonnie, who you got in this one?
I'm going to take the 46 of Lane Zardo. I don't think you can ever go wrong with a Zardo at Delaware Speedway here.
Jordan, who you got as we get set to go for 25 laps?
He took mine. I'll take Dewar to get it done in the 5.
Dewar in the 5. I will go with Bookie in the 47. Steve Book on the pin, and he will lead them down into 1 side by side with Daniel Hahn for the lead off turn 2 and down the backstretch. APC green flag in the air. We are off. 25 laps for the hot rods here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in June. The second of 3 features on the card tonight. Thomas Wunsch getting racy. He's got Zardo right behind him. That's Lonnie's pick. Sitting 4th right now and putting the heat on 3rd place Wunsch.
I might have to get my Lane Zardo t-shirt out right now that he gave me this morning.
Zardo takes a peek to the inside. Now he's going to tuck in the line behind Wunsch. And Wunsch is going to mosey on by Hahn. Now here comes Zardo flying to the bottom. Zardo to the inside of Hahn. He's going to try to wrestle that spot away. There's Jay Dewar. Him and Dewar Richardson, as well as Tyler Hahn, doing battle deep in the pack. Now we got a battle for lead. Thomas Wunsch looks to the bottom, couple 47s. It's a drag race into 1. Book on the high side, Wunsch down low. They will go door handle to door handle. And how about Thomas Wunsch from Drayton getting it done? Your new leader with 3 laps in. The Book's going to make it 4 this time by. And Steve Book, that 47 car, pushing big time in the corner. Looks like the handle might be going away on that 47 Studebaker. 21 laps left to go. Feature 2 of 3 on the afternoon.
Always great racing with these hot rod cars and such unique bodies through every car.
Well, unique bodies, unique chassis even.
Unique chassis.
You've got some of these cars are late model chassis. I believe the Tyler Hahn car is a old Hooters Pro Cup car. Yep. Some of them were V8 stock or enduro cars here at Delaware, so a wide variety. Also, a big change in the Hot Rod Series this year. They've gone to Cobra tires.
Yes.
And a very a lot of the drivers saying it's a very, very hard tire, and hockey puck-like-ish was the comparison. But, I mean, everybody's on the same tire, so it's an even playing field. But the big thing is a lot of these teams think they can run these 4 Cobra tires that they bought at the start of the year for the entire season.
Well, that's the best thing about running a hard tire is that they last longer, but the bad part about them is that they're slippery.
We got one off the pace. Looks like Tom Walters, who had problems in his heat race. The yellow is out. Heavy smoke coming out of the 47 machine. He is coming down pit road right now, and we'll see if he makes the big left behind the wall. He will. Tom Walters on the way back to his pit area. And it has not been a very good day for Stompin' Tom. He only got a few laps in his heat race. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish the feature as he exits the Speedway 7 laps in.
We're going to have to get the fluid all cleaned up on the backstretch here.
Abby with a great shot of the moment the smoke comes out, starts billowing out of the back. And tough break for the former Sunset Series champion, former Sunset Speedway champion, multiple championships up there, Stompin' Tom Walters. A regular fixture in the hot rod division. But again, not the day he is going to be looking for. So going back to, again, these Cobra tires, I know I had the chance to talk to a few of the drivers, and again, a very, very hard tire, which does make it, like they're, quote, driving on ice as we get another look at Walter's car expiring halfway down the backstretch.
Yeah, that's never good.
On the 2-Speed Motorsports replay. So, again, a very hard tire, which does make it very tough. But, again, at the same time, everybody's on the same tire.
Everyone's got the same tire.
And if you can take your tire bill for the year from $5,000 down to $1,000, that helps everybody.
That's a win.
And the Steve Book said actually to bolt brand new tires on, you're worse off than if you're running used tires.
Yeah, because they probably just get worked in right before they're about to expire. But the big thing is especially with racing, is one of the largest bills that you have is your tire bill at the beginning of the year.
Hey, we got Tom down here in the pits. What happened there?
She blew up.
Tough break down here. Anybody you want to thank down here?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank D&H Towing, McCall for giving me a quick car this weekend. I mean, we were quickest on the board on all the practices and everything, and it's just a shame.
Tough break down here. You heard he was quick. Not the way he wanted to finish off his weekend.
So we talk about the new tires being not very good, and as they get a little bit of a few cycles into them, they get better. Motors seem to get faster right before they blow up, don't they? So Tom Walters, a quick car all day today, but unfortunately not going to be the result he was looking for at the end of the night. There's the field under caution, 18 laps to go. Again, the feature event of tonight will be the AC Delco Canada Day Classic, 159 laps. And it's got to be warm in those race cars today. But I guess if you're Thomas Wunsch, it doesn't much matter, right? It's probably not near too hot enough when you're out front.
No, and I mean, you're not thinking about it when you're leading the race, that's for sure. But I remember there'd be times that my car would get so hot that your feet would stick on the floor. Like the leather boots that you had, it would stick on the floor. Sometimes you don't think about that kind of stuff when you're not in the car.
Sheridan was talking about the temperature change. There's a whole bunch of people down here really looking forward to it. It is hot down here.
So the field rolling off turn 4. I believe they're going to get the white to go this time by. 18 laps left when we turn them loose. Another youngster in this one, we were talking about Mr. Lucas Chapman earlier today. Aiden McNichol, he's just a teenager in that 77 car. Alvin McNichol's son. And we saw the 77 and the 78 racing each other in heat race competition. A couple teenagers going at it. And Lucas is not quite turned 13 yet. I was corrected by Grandpa. He is still only 12 for another couple weeks. So we'll see how he does in this restart. He's near the back of the pack, but gaining some valuable experience here, running against some wily veterans. He's racing Trevor Thompson right now. Meanwhile, up front, it's Wanch on the inside, Book on the outside. Here comes Zardo on the bottom. Dalen Martin's in the mix. The 42 of Hahn is there. The 73 of Booth. Anybody's race. Off turn 2, they'll rumble. How about Zardo now getting it done? He'll fly up into second. Martin to the inside of Book. And he's going to wrestle that position away from Steve Book. Zardo on the hunt after your leader now. It's Thomas Wunsch up front. Hahn now side by side with Book. Here comes all in Jay Dewar in the 5, that Rob Starr owned entry. He's going to pile it down to the inside of Steve Book in 3 and 4. And Jay Dewar's rolling in that 5. He's got it shaking and baking on the inside. Tyler Hahn way up the speedway, and both him and Book are going to capitalize on that as they mosey on by.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what Jay Dewar can do with some clean air right now.
Jacob Booth just locked up the left rear on that 73 car, trying not to run over Steve Book. Meanwhile, Lucas Chapman, he just closed the door on Thompson. And now Hahn up the speedway. Hahn and Hahn. Sounds like a law firm working the outside, the 42 and the 2. It's Daniel Hahn, the golden boy, in the 42. The Kodiak, Tyler Hahn in the deuce. Tyler Hahn, multiple Oscar championships. Daniel Hahn drives the hot rod, also spends a lot of time in TQ midgets. You see him on Racing America TV whenever we got the midgets in town with the APC folk. There's Wanch out front. From downtown Drayton, Ontario. Coffee Plumbing, Brent Ron Electric, Gord's Wet Basement Waterproofing, B&B Towing, Green's Auto Repair. Some of the sponsors on that orange and black 47 machine. He's off turn 4 to the stripe. We're in the second half of this one. And Wanch will wheel it down into 1 and 2. A comfortable 1.38 second lead over the Thrillbilly Lane Zardo. And then it's about the same distance back to Dalen Martin in the 26. All in Jay Dewar runs 4th, and he is catching Martin. There's Wanch in the 47. And off turn 2 down the Delaware Hill. He's been running Oscar Series for a few years now with 10 laps to go. Book goes 5th. Booth in 6th, Hahn 7th. There's Book and Booth doing battle. There's the 14 of Brian Wilson, senior out of Forest. Trevor Thompson will get by. Now Wilson's got his hands full with the youngster. There's Mr. Lucas Chapman, the 12-year-old.
He's doing a phenomenal job here tonight.
Racing with Ryan Cowan out of Port Perry. And Chapman's been running the V8 class here at Delaware Speedway. So we have a breakout rule, 21.1 seconds. You can't go any faster. And a few weeks ago, I went down to the pits after, and I said, "Congratulations, young man, you broke out." And he was grinning from ear to ear like a mule with a mouthful of thistles, let me tell you. Just was so thrilled that he finally got to that breakout time. And he builds most of that car himself, as you see the Hahn brothers going at it.
And I see that they work on that car. They're out for practice on Monday nights. They're putting in the time. You can see it on the track how much he's improving. He's doing an awesome job here tonight. 6 laps to go. He's running competitively.
Yeah, it doesn't look out of place at all for a 12-year-old. As
No.
you see Tyler Hahn, all-time winningest driver in Oscar Hot Rod history, getting by his brother Daniel. Shuffle Tyler up a spot. Should put him in 7th spot now. And Jacob Booth now going to town down the backstretch and into 3. He's racing the 47 of Steve Book. This is for 5th spot right now off turn 4. Great duel. Oh, there's contact. The leader, little contact from the 77 while they were lapping him. Another one of our teenagers, Aiden McNichol out of Exeter in the 77. And the 73 of Booth has got by the 47 of Book. That'll put Jacob Booth, the Innisfil driver, up into the top 5. There's a replay of that sketchy moment for your leader, Thomas Wunsch. As Wunsch wheels around, Thomas Jeremy down in 3 and 4. That's the old Steve McCaw car that Jeremy has purchased in the 7. And he has taken it to victory lane in V8 stock heat race or feature win action earlier this year at Delaware Speedway. Wunsch down the backstretch again. And into 3 and 4. He's going to come around this time by to take the London Recreational Racing white flag. It's in the air for your leader, Thomas Wunsch. Final trip around the half mile. He will ease it through turns 1 and 2, keeping that 47T right on the bottom. Swings it up the Delaware Hill, dives down into turn 3, and Thomas Wunsch with a comfortable half straightaway lead over the throw. Billy Lane Zardo is going to go to victory lane. Put those hands together. Thomas Wunsch getting it done in the 47T. Dalen Martin will come home 3rd. Zardo 2nd. All in Jay Dewar 4th. 5th will go to Jacob Booth. 6th, Steve Book. 7th, Tyler Hahn. 8th, Daniel Hahn. 9th is Drew Richardson. And rounding out the top 10, I believe, Trevor Thompson in the 00. And that will wrap up feature action for the Fireplace and Patio Shop Hot Rods today, presented by Brumley Automotive. And there you see Thomas Wunsch getting prepared to climb out of that 47T.
He ran away with that one. Excellent run from the driver down here, parking it in Pennzoil victory lane. Just getting the helmet off inside the car. He'll come out here and claim his checkered flag and Canadian flag here for Canada Day weekend. He can hear you, folks. Give it up for Thomas Wunsch.
It's got to be easier racing when you can't break out, right?
Here. Thomas, a great win down here on Canada Day weekend. How's this feel?
Really good. We got close a few times last year to a win, but we weren't quite able to get it. But it's pretty awesome to get it this weekend here at Delaware. Thank all you fans for coming out. It wouldn't be possible without my great team, my dad, my mom, Dwight, Matt, my grandparents, and Coffee Plumbing, Brent Ron Electric, Van Zandwick Farms, Dave Scholten Flooring, Greens Auto Repair, and Stickers and Scuffs as well.
An excellent run down here from Thomas Wunsch. He wins your feature for the Oscar Hot Rods here on Canada Day weekend. Lane Zardo with a second place run, not where you wanted to wind up, but a good finish all the less.
Honestly, we got to bring the camera over here and show off some of the sponsors on this race car. I know I normally drive for other people, and I'm a half-decent race car driver, but I built this car, and I didn't know how good of a car builder I was. So the fact that we even finished the race, let alone got a heat win, I am so pumped up. I got to thank ADP, Rick's Auto Body for this beautiful paint job. Got to thank Gord's Basement Waterproofing, my cousin Travis, who owns a business. He helped me. We took this car from a literal rust body and shell and made it to what it is. Bester Forest products, my dad, my mom, all my crew here. I'm kind of zoning out right now because I'm just on cloud nine. I gotta thank my beautiful girlfriend Natasha. All those late nights I was in the shop until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. She was doing the laundry, she was cooking dinner. It was my job to do the dishes, and she did them 3/4 of the time. So thank you guys to the fans, and we're gonna be joining you guys up there in the beer gardens for a real cold one soon.
Lane Zardo, proud with what he built, brings home the silver here at Delaware. We got our third place finisher, Dale Martin. A good run for you.
Yeah, we'll take it. We struggled as we came out today and tested once, and we've struggled these tires so far. I think we were one adjustment away, maybe in a little bit better track position, but we'll take third for how the day started out and rebuild on this and move forward.
Who do you want to thank down here?
I got to thank Morrison Concrete, Metzger Heavy Truck Repair, Dale Martin Automotive, Martech Custom Fab, Leeming Farms, Darcy Sand and Gravel, all the series sponsors and the track for putting this event on, all the guys for thrashing all day and trying to make this thing better, and yeah, just came up short.
Martin rounds out our top 3 down here in the Oscar Hot Rods.
That wraps up Fireplace and Patio Hot Rod feature action. We'll be back in just a couple minutes as we get closer to the APC 159 lapper later on tonight.
The 500 Sprint Car Tour heads back home again to Indiana. It's the second annual Tom Bigelow Showdown at the high banks of Winchester Speedway. Sunday, June 28th, see 50 pulse-pounding laps around the world's fastest half mile, along with the Thunder Roadster and the CRA Sportsman Series. That's Sunday, June 28th, the 500 Sprint Car Tour at Winchester Speedway. And you can see it only on Racing America.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Welcome to RacingAmerica.tv. From the local short tracks to the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordia Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday, the Pro All-Star Series heads to Oxford Plains Speedway for a celebration of their own. Wednesday and Thursday, July 1st and 2nd, kick off the 4th with live pay-per-view coverage of the Celebration of America 300, with qualifying on Wednesday and 300 laps of super late model racing on Thursday. It's the Celebration of America 300 from Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
We're back live on Racing America TV, Delaware Speedway, London, Ontario, for the Canada Day Classic, brought to you by AC Delco, the 159 lapper in memory of Ivor Jones. Big shout out to all the AC Delco folks and APC folks down in turn number 1, having a great time here. Watching this event today, beautiful weather. You see those late model teams rolling out onto the front stretch, where we will get to introductions, and then the 159 lapper here tonight. 6 tires for the team, so options to make those changes.
I was talking to some teams earlier today, and they were saying that they're humming and hawing on the 5th and 6th tire, but they're thinking for the most part that they're probably going to be taking them.
Well, we're going to see as it plays out. It probably, a lot of it depends on where you are, how your tire wear is, when you're going to have to pit. We've got some different pit rules. If it's been less than 20 laps since the last green flag, it will be a quickie yellow where you can go take a tire. But you better do it quick because a lot of caution laps will be counting. And then if it's not a quickie yellow, be a 4-lap window where you will be able to pit and not lose your position. You'll lose your position on the racetrack, but you will line up not based on where you come out of the pits, but where you were when you were going into the pits. As you see those APC teams getting those cars rolling. Be coming out on the front stretch for driver introduction again, all shooting towards a 7:30 green flag here, so not too far away. We'll begin the pre-race festivities. And lots of action coming up, not only throughout the province on the APC Late Model Tour, but here at Delaware Speedway. We'll be back in action 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, July 11th at Flamborough Speedway. Dayco Super Stocks also on the card for that one. Then, of course, the annual, what was known as the Beat the Heat race, August long weekend. That will be coming up at Sauble Speedway Saturday, August 1st. And then Saturday, August 22nd, we will go back up north to Sauble Speedway for event number 7 of the APC series, which will also be a Dayco combined event. There you go. There's your upcoming schedule. 4 races left on tour after tonight, and there's 3 of them. The London Recreational Racing 125. Always great to go back to Flamborough Speedway. And Mike Schmidt, the sponsor, London Recreational Racing, always puts on a great time at Flamborough Speedway, and that's a doubleheader, which is always cool too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's a nice short track. It's lots of action throughout the race, and 125 laps of side by side, door to door banging the whole thing. Sometimes the cars come out decal free.
I believe last year we went caution free for that super stock race at Flamborough Speedway. Did you ever get to run at Flamborough or just at Delaware in your super stock?
I just got to run at Delaware, but it's always fun to travel. But as you know, it costs a little bit extra money to get down the road, so, and different setups and to get it back, and we were always kind of trying to get Delaware figured out. So,
and of course, all working towards that final race of the championship event here Saturday, September 26th at Delaware Speedway. Also, lots of stuff coming up here at Delaware on a weekly basis, where we're in action every Friday night. Next Friday night, if you don't have any plans, it is Autograph Night. The Port City late models on the card, the Inventory Express Superstocks, and the Epic Raceware Modifieds. And then Friday, July 10th, back in action, Ontario Sportsman Series, the Epic Raceware Modifieds, and the Lift-Hill Material Handling Bone Stocks also on the card. And Jordan, looks like you caught up with somebody down there.
Yeah, I got Brady Smith down here. You got a feature win on the season. How you feeling coming into tonight?
Hopefully pretty good. Better than the first time out. We got into some oil in turn 3 and wrecked the car pretty bad. So hopefully it can't be any worse than that. Car's got some pretty decent speed. We didn't really throw any tires at it at practice at all and put tires on for qualifying, and it felt pretty comfortable. So long race. Last week we had a 75 lapper and tried to conserve and see how we had a long run car, and it was pretty good for the long run. So hopefully some more of that. Super hot here, so track conditions will be a little bit different, but hoping to have a good race, bring the car in one piece.
Yeah, this late model program has been taking leaps and bounds over the last couple of seasons. What's it going to take to get to these front runners in the APC series?
Yeah, it's tough. For the longest time I was trying to run this on my own program, and just older equipment wasn't able to quite get there, but I got teamed up with Steve Simon, who owns this car, and it's a pretty bad fast piece. So I think we got what we need. Just need to put a good solid 159 laps together and be around at the end.
Brady Smith will fire off from 6th.
So some more highlights coming up during the summer here at Delaware Speedway. We'll be back in action Friday, August 7th. That'll be a must-see race. The must-see racing wing sprint cars will be here at Delaware Speedway. Some of the fastest short track cars in the world. Of course, everything leads up to our two big events at the end of the year, the Great Canadian Weekend. And if you've never attended Delaware for a pumpkin smasher, look out, folks. That's a perfect time to bring your new son Lucas out to the racetrack.
That is a perfect time.
It is a kid-friendly event. They get to trick or treat, they get autographs, and they race through pumpkin guts. It is a Delaware original.
There's nothing else like it.
You've been out to the pumpkin smasher before?
I've been out to this. I would like to race in it. It would be quite the experience.
So for those of you that don't know what we do on the pumpkin smasher at Delaware Speedway, it is a bone stock extravaganza to end the season. For a $5 donation to charity, you get a pumpkin. And then before the feature, we go down, and from the start-finish line, well, right about there, that start-finish line, all the way down to turn 1, they smash pumpkins. And then the bone stocks get to race through pumpkin guts, which is, quite frankly, slicker than a snot-covered marble on a hardwood floor. It is slippery. Guys with rain racing experience seem to do pretty well. Guys with dirt experience.
Yeah, and everyone's running different grooves, and sometimes the best groove is literally on the wall coming out of 1 and 2. It's unbelievable.
Hey, I got Josh Stoddy down here, defending champ. How's your season going so far?
Yeah, pretty good. One race that's got away from us. We broke a lower control arm at Flamborough, but started the opener strong here at Delaware with a win, which was pretty cool. That was the first win here for us. Yeah, boys are working really good, really hard, and man, these cars are just so close together, so it's going to be a good show.
This is a big one, obviously. What's it going to take to get it done here tonight?
Survival of the heat, I think, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I think just keep all 4 tires on it, 160, 159 laps. That's a long race. So, yeah, just try and keep our nose clean and be there at the end.
Everybody's waiting for it to cool off down here. You heard Stoddy say it is still quite hot down here trackside.
He better stay well rested, because his dad told me they got 5 paving jobs Monday. For the small town pavers from Chesley, Ontario. And he had a cool deal in February. He got the dream of a lifetime, got to go down to the World Series of Asphalt Racing at New Smyrna. It was really neat in February to watch Josh on your TV every night.
Every night. How many races was that?
I think they ran 6 races over 9 days or so.
It's crazy to think.
So you get like half a season worth of racing in 1 week.
Yeah, and the car, I believe he completed every single one of them.
Yep.
And it's a rough go out there. Like, some of the cars are put together by
I can pretty much say he didn't really drive into anybody. He did get driven into a few times. But it was cool in the middle of February seeing Josh Stoddy down there at New Smyrna Speedway getting it done. Jordan, who else have you caught up with down there?
I got Kyle Steckley over here. Kyle obviously had a rough start to the season, but turning it around here, starting up front. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. We've got a really fast APC Auto Parts Center's number 22 car here tonight, and I think the 159 laps is going to be good for us. But all in all, we've had a struggle of a year to start, but I think we're going to hopefully turn around tonight and have a solid run here with my guys.
How much fun is it with everything else you've had going on coming back here to race in Ontario?
Yeah, I love it. It's just what I've always done, and it's a great series, great competitors here. It's the best of the best, and a lot of great guys out, and it's going to be tough for sure. It's a good field, and we've had to go to work this year to try and get our stuff a little bit better, but I think we've done that, and hopefully we can show that tonight.
Steckley going to fire off from third in the APC 22.
And he had a busy week, picked up a win earlier this week in the U.S., so good job by Kyle Steckley. So Trayton Lapsovich down there as well. He's been racing some of the Cars Tour events down south. Doing well with that. I guess he's going to be in Bobby Blunt's super late model on Tuesday night for the Gold Rush at Flamborough Speedway.
Awesome.
That'll be a cool midweek race on a Tuesday night if you don't have plans. Our friends at Flamborough Speedway, I'm sure, would love to see you.
Hey, Jordan, maybe get a hold of Shea Gamble, see if he's going to be okay tonight without me.
A lot to give Shea a hand every once in a while.
I'll make my way down there. We're going to get a word in here with Connor Predico. Connor doing it from the point, not a great thing in this series, but where you want to be for tonight.
I think it's a good starting spot. You know, we've it's been a long day here. We showed up late to the track and then had to drop the tranny out and replace the clutch. So all in all, I think we got a really good car here. This number 19, Glencoe Auto Recyclers, Western Meats in Delhi, Alguar Mortgage machine this fast, and I think we got a really good piece here for tonight.
You've had some tough luck. How do you put that behind you and turn it around here?
I'm just hoping to take the dark cloud that's above me and leave that behind at those races. And we've had some really good runs the last 3 races, so I think I hope our luck is going to turn around here.
Connor Predico looking to turn around the luck here from the pin in the 19.
Well, if there's any place for him to turn his luck around, it would be Delaware Speedway. Again, a winner, Great Canadian Weekend 2024, and a winner last year in this event. So he's the defending Canada Day champion, trying to go back to victory lane for his 3rd time at Delaware Speedway. And he's been doing better the more he travels. He's been getting better at Sauble and Flamborough every year as well.
And like you said, it never hurts starting on the pole.
No, definitely less cars to pass than everybody else. As the field gridded down on the front stretch. Trevor, are we good to go on intros? So just a minute or two away from driver intros before we get rolling for tonight's 159 laps. Jake Sheridan on a 2-race win streak. He's going to be one to watch. Of course, Kyle Steckley and Brandon Watson, no slouch, starting in the top 6 in that 30 machine. He is a 2-time series champ. That's Sheridan and Brady Smith having a chat down there. So again, we got a few more minutes before we get to introductions. So good chance to step out and pay some bills here on Racing America TV. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the starting lineup for tonight's 159 Lap Canada Day Classic, presented by AC Delco in memory of Ivor Jones.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday, the Pro All-Star Series heads to Oxford Plains Speedway for a celebration of their own. Wednesday and Thursday, July 1st and 2nd. Kick off the 4th with live pay-per-view coverage of the Celebration of America 300, with qualifying on Wednesday and 300 laps of super late model racing on Thursday. It's the Celebration of America 300 from Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The must-see racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the must-see sprint cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America. The 500 Sprint Car Tour heads back home again to Indiana. It's the second annual Tom Bigelow Showdown at the high banks of Winchester Speedway. Sunday, June 28th, see 50 pulse-pounding laps around the world's fastest half mile, along with the Thunder Roadster and the CRA Sportsman Series. That's Sunday, June 28th, the 500 Sprint Car Tour at Winchester Speedway. And you can see it only on Racing America.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Welcome to RacingAmerica.tv. From the local short tracks to the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordeo Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeoMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
looking live at Canada's fastest half mile, Delaware Speedway, just outside of London, Ontario, where we are all set to go for the AC Delco Canada Day Classic 159 in memory of Ivor Jones. And we will now introduce to you the drivers that will make up the field for tonight's 159 laps. Starting 14th is in the 23 machine, sponsored by Awesome Racewear, Paragon Office Installations, and Metalogics. From Innisfil, Ontario, it's Connor Maltese. Starting 13th in the 33 machine, Port City Race Cars, Ellis Don Launa, and United Rentals. Some of the sponsors for Jonathan Arts. Starting 12th, he's in the 83, sponsored by Wellington Systems and Shaw Motorsports. He's the inaugural series champ from Guelph, Ontario. Give it up for Dale Shaw. Starting beside Shaw in the number 2 machine, sponsored by Mobile One, RPM Design, and Wounded Warrior Canada from Innisfil, Ontario. Put your hands together for the lady 10th in points. It's Kendra Adams. Rolling off 10th, he's in the number 72 machine, sponsored by Burn Apparel, Home Hardware, and Castro Wakefield, Canada. From Guelph, Ontario, he's a former winner on tour. Put those hands together for Junior Farley. Starting 9th, a Delaware regular in the Sloan Stone Design, Cameron Crane, Echo Electric, All City Dent Repair 22S. From just up the hill in Kamoka, Ontario, give it up for Marshall Schrank. On the outside of row 4, he drives a 51 from Hamilton, Ontario, sponsored by Platinum One Contracting and the Bennett Construction Group. Put those hands together for Mike Bentley. Starting alongside Bentley is a 2-time winner of the Great Canadian here at Delaware Speedway, sponsored by APC, Canusa, and Miami Muscle. Give it up for the 3 of Shea Gemmel. On the outside of row 3 in the 39, sponsored by Simon Innovation, BASF, Oliver Ford, and Twilight Acre Farms. Put those hands together for Payne Mill, Ontario's Brady Smith. Starting 5th, he is your point leader. From Mount Bridges, Ontario, in the Reynolds Trucking and Harvesting, Raptor Filters, Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farms, number 52, former Delaware Speedway late model champ, and winner of 2 races in a row heading into tonight. Give it up for Jake the Snake Sheridan. Brings us to the outside of row 2 in the 30W. He's a 2-time series champ, making his return full-time this year, and glad to have him back. Sponsored by Ellis Don, Gallagher Insurance, and Port City Race Cars. From Creemore, Ontario, it's your all-time winningest driver in APC action, Brandon Watson. Starting 3rd on the grid, he's a 2-time series champ. Sponsored by APC Auto Parts Center, Pennzoil, Daco, AW Millwrights, and Stewart's Equipment. In the 22 out of Milverton, Ontario, give it up for Kyle Steckley. On the outside of the front row, he's in the Canadian Flat Roof Systems, Canada Clean Fuels, Vinnie's Masonry, APC, Daco sponsored 17 from Chesley, Ontario. Your defending series champ, winner of the season opener this year, primetime Josh Stoddy. And on the point, he is another former winner here at Delaware Speedway. 2 wins to his credit, including last year's Canada Day event. A former late model champ here at the Speedway as well, sponsored by H&N Roofing, Dumas Development, Southwest Property Care, and Glencoe Recycling. Give it up for the 19, your pole sitter from Kilworth. It's Connor Pritico.
Yeah, Pritico's going to come over here. He's going to draw our Bad Girls 50-50 draw, $1,835 to the winner. You can pick it up down at the souvenir stand. He's going to read it out here. He's got it.
802-425-91.
That's 802-425-91, $1,835. Pick that up at the souvenir stand.
Somebody's going home with some beer money.
Or tire money.
That's a good prize right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw to commercial right now. We will be back, and when we do, we will have the command to fire up the finest late models in Ontario for tonight's 159-lapper from Delaware Speedway. We'll be back on Racing America TV in just a minute.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday, the Pro All-Star Series heads to Oxford Plains Speedway for a celebration of their own. Wednesday and Thursday, July 1st and 2nd, kick off the 4th with live pay-per-view coverage of the Celebration of America 300, with qualifying on Wednesday and 300 laps of super late model racing on Thursday. It's the Celebration of America 300 from Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The must-see racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the must-see sprint cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America.
You are looking live, Delaware Speedway, London, Ontario, halfway between Toronto and Detroit, race number 4 of the APC United Late Model Tour, and we are just about set to get going. We'll throw it down to Jordan. Just got some dignitaries down there to help him give us those magic words.
Yeah, Yvonne's had 50 years with the Jones family, their longest serving employee. 50 plus, she told me. She's going to fire him up here tonight down here in Pennzoil Victory Lane. Here you go.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the wicks have been lit. And we are just getting set to go. 159 laps for the APC United Late Models today. Again, Jordan joining me down trackside. Lonnie Thompson up here in the booth with me. And we're moments away, Lonnie. What's going through a driver's mind right now? The cars have been fired. I mean, it's almost go time.
Well, you have 58 laps to get through here, and you just got to make sure that you don't mess it up on the first restart. So just get through the first restart, get some laps down, feel the car out, and make sure that you're there at the end.
So some interesting strategy calls, if you will. The teams have 6 tires for today, so they do have what will probably amount to a couple right sides, 4 right side tires, I would think, for most of the teams. What do you think is going to be the strategy here? Do you pit early and play the track position game? Do you pit late and have those fresh tires at the end?
So I've been a part of the 200 lap race here in the fall. I've been a part of a 300 lap race for the last couple years, and every single race had a different strategy. So it's hard to determine where they're going to go. It'll be all on how the race plays out, if there's a caution, how your car's handling on the 4 tires. You never know.
It probably also depends where you are, too.
And where you are.
Track position at Biggie here. But again, since the repave a few years ago, this track has been way racier. We've seen the outside groove come in as well. Really has turned into a 2-groove racetrack here at Delaware Speedway. You can get it done on the outside.
And especially under those restarts, it's the preferred lane. Ever since the repave, everyone wants to restart on the outside. With these late models, they seem to get so tight on the bottom, especially under the restart, that everyone preferred lane is the outside on the restart anyway.
I've seen a lot of the younger guys, they really prefer that outside. They're able to make it work. Pritico, Steckley, they've all been getting really good on that outside groove here at Delaware.
So the field just getting set to roll off. We got Gary Adrianson behind the controls of the pace car. Again, Gary, a big win here last night. Congratulations to him. He's been out of the car for a few years now as our pace car driver, and hopped into Darrell Lake's super stock last night and was able to get it done with a feature win last evening. And again, a tremendous night of racing last night. We had 4 classes. We're 6 or 7 cautions for the whole night. We were done at like 5 or 10 after 10. There's some folks on the hill having a good time. They are one step up on the Racing America TV folks because they're here.
They are here, and it's beautiful out here. It's about to be awesome. 158 laps under a nice, there's not even a cloud in the sky here.
Now the sun's still pretty high in the air. How tough does it get here as that sun creeps down over turn 2? It's got to be pretty blinding when you're in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, you always kind of outweigh where you're going to be at with what visor. If you're going to wear your sunglasses, put them down, halfway through the race, or if you're going to go without them. Just the glare off the windshield alone, especially here in another about half an hour, is going to be really bad.
But at least it's sunshine and not rain clouds. It's been a tough spring for Ontario Motorsports. A lot of rainouts at a lot of different tracks, and rain issues holding stuff up, canceling nights. But we've got a beauty here tonight for the Canada Day Classic 159, courtesy of AC Delco in memory of Ivor Jones. The field now circulating the speedway. A couple drivers have stopped on the backstretch. And again, these drivers will run a piece of tape on the top of their steering wheel so they know where center is. And that way, if you get any contact on the front wheels, you can see if the toe is in or out, of the wheels are bent one way or another. And that's usually what happens when you see the car stop. Well, they get pacing. They just got it off by 1 notch. Right now, we'll take a look at our ones to watch here today. And we've got 3 guys battling for the points championship right now. Those are our 3 that we want to keep our eyes on tonight. There is one of them, Kyle Steckley. And the Stewart's one to watch there is Jake the Snake Sheridan, winner of 2 in a row, looking to make it a hat trick here this evening. The other ones to watch will be the 30 of Brandon Watson. There's Brandon in that Ellis Don machine. And ladies and gentlemen, if we could get you up in the grandstands, wave something white, wave something bright, hat, a seat cushion, your neighbor, if they're light enough, give these drivers a big wave. And you can see the hands sticking out the windows. They're waving back. I'm sure these drivers would love to thank each and every one of you for making your way into the grandstand tonight and tuning in on race. You can wave in your living room if you're watching Racing America, for all we care. So you...
I'm waving up here in the booth, Jamie.
They wave back to you too, Lonnie. There getting all set to go. Just got word that our former tech official, Rob Asberg, has made it tonight. So, Rob, thanks for joining us here this evening. He wasn't sure whether he was going to make it out tonight, but he made it just in time for the green flag. The one to go signs out. Jordan, who do you have?
I like Kyle Steckley from the inside, 3 rows back to get it done here tonight.
Kyle Steckley. Lonnie, who are you taking tonight?
I'm going to take, I should take Shea Gamble, but I think tonight I'm going to take the 30 of Brandon Watson. He's been pretty stout tonight.
I'm going to say that the hat trick will be completed tonight. Keep your eyes on that 52, your point leader. I will take Jake Sheridan. Field in the hands of Connor Pritico. Off of turn 4 they come. They grind through the gearbox. The green flag's out, and we are off and running into one. Pritico with an early edge. You've got Steckley side by side with Stoddy. Steckley will fire off into second. Now Stoddy's got his hands full with Jake Sheridan to his left side. Meanwhile, Steckley wasting no time going after your leader. Pritico, 1 lap in the books. Pritico leads down into 1 with Steckley tucked right up under that spoiler. And Josh Stoddy, Lonnie, caught in the wrong part of town. He's on the outside and getting bypassed by everybody.
Josh Stoddy's been super strong here the last couple of years. He's really come along at Delaware Speedway.
And how about the car you work on from 7th up to 4th here in the early going? Shea Gamble's got 3 right off the hop. He is on the charge. Last time here for the season opener, there was a motor that exploded in turn 3, and the right front of that 3 car got destroyed after getting into the fluid. But he's up to 4th right now. Mike Bentley now moseying on by the 39 of Brady Smith down into 3. Marshall Schrenk right behind them as well as they go door to door. Smith, a local driver, a weekly competitor here at Delaware, doing his best to hold off. Lights out Mike Bentley. You see Pritico working off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Got Steckley in his back pocket. Sheridan, Gamble, that front 4 have broken away just a little bit from Brandon Watson in the 30. As we already have 5 laps up on the scoreboard. They are knocking them off quick here at Delaware Speedway tonight for the Canada Day Classic 159 presented by AC Delco.
Like we were talking about before, Jamie, we just want to get all 159 laps in tonight. That would be every driver's objective for sure.
Everybody just kind of getting in line and riding, feeling your car out right now. Trying to get a sense for what you're going to do on that first pit stop, what kind of adjustments the crew is going to be able to make to advance your position. And it's still Pritico out front with a comfortable car length and a half over Kyle Steckley in the 22. Another car length and a half back to Jake the Snake Sheridan, your point leader.
You want to make sure that you save your stuff, but you can't save it too much here because you don't want to lose the guys in front of you. So you got to want to make sure that how they're running and everything like that.
So again, some interesting pit road procedures, which we'll be talking about a little later on. If 20 laps have not been completed, it will be a quickie caution where you're more than welcome to come down pit road, but you better beat the pace car out. And field is putting laps in right now. Pritico, a comfortable pace up front. Steckley not really pushing the issue. If anybody's getting racy, it's Jake Sheridan kind of looking for some room to run on that 22. And Brandon Watson has now joined that quartet up front.
Well, I always feel like you want to be the guy leading no matter what. No matter what, if you're saving your stuff, you still want to be leading this race.
Yeah, but the only place maybe you wouldn't is sometimes with the restrictor plate package. Yeah. But that's about it. Obviously, very different than what we're talking about here tonight. We also have a controlled caution rule that is in effect for this evening. If we go
70 laps.
75 laps of green flag racing. I lost where my note was at. 75 laps of green flag racing. there will be a mandatory caution. So that would be a great chance if we were to stay green for everyone to make their tire stops or whatever they're going to do on that first stop. If we do go, we get 75 laps of green, the control caution will not come out in the last 10 laps. There you see Marshall Schrenk. He's doing battle with the 72 of Junior Farley. Farley, a winner at Sunset Speedway a few years ago. He's in a Shaw Motorsports entry, teammate to Dale Shaw. Of course, the 22 of Marshall Schrenk, a regular in weekly late model action at Delaware Speedway. Also competes in the Epic Raceware weekly modified division at Delaware. He's their defending champ. And there's Dale Shaw, the car owner in the 83. Looking at that back bumper of the 72. And for much as their teammates, the tail end of that Flamborough race was something else. Junior Farley and Dale Shaw going at it. Junior Farley blocked him all the way to the hot dog stand and hold on to second spot. It was quite the crazy finish between Farley and Shaw at Flamborough back on race number 2. And they've got Mike Bentley moved up off the bottom.
There's debris here on the front stretch. Something came off him last time by.
So debris caution, our first yellow of the afternoon or early evening. So if you can see that red indicator underneath the Pennzoil flag stand or just beside the Pennzoil flag stand, that yellow flashing light means this is a quickie caution. So you are more than welcome to pit, but you can go a lap down. We will be counting laps on the quickie cautions. I wonder, do you think any of the teams have been doing some pit stop practice?
Absolutely. Like, you don't have to be NASCAR style, fast, but I mean, at the same time, you want to make sure that you eliminate all your errors before we do a live pit stop.
So if we get more than 20 laps of green in, it will be a not a quickie caution, a longie caution, I guess. And then the first 4 laps will not count. So teams can come in, make their tire changes, fill up the car with fuel. As you see Mike Bentley down there on pit road. Jordan, what's going on in the 51?
Yeah, he's down here looking like they're just working on the tire pressure in the left rear here. They're going to get him pulled away and back out on track. He'll stay on the lead lap, pitted from the back.
Did we find out what debris had fallen off?
It was something black and light. It was floating along the front stretch.
If it was black and light, he should be okay.
Oh, yeah.
If it was black and heavy, then he could have a problem. But there's Mike Bentley. Great to see him back on tour here full time. It's been a couple years since Lights Out Mike Bentley ran the full deal or attempted to run a number of races. And he's a tough competitor. And again, great to see him back out here to Delaware Speedway running full time on the APC Tour here in 2026. We've got 141 laps left to go of our 159 tonight.
Yeah, Bentley showed a lot of speed in practice today. And, there's only one way he can go now, Jamie.
He's got some cars to pass, some work to do, but he'll get those elbows up. The Hamilton driver in the 51. Now, everybody looking to the front of the field. And how about that Shea Gemmel? He's going to restart third. So your leader took the inside. The third place car took the outside. Maybe Jake Sheridan's got some confidence in that Kyle Steckley machine. They're going to be the 2-0 on the high side. It's going to be Pritico and Gemmel on the bottom. Green in the air. We're off and running. Pritico by a quarter car length down into 1. They'll work off turn 1, and Steckley not going away quietly. Gets a good run on the top side. And Kyle Steckley has cleared Pritico. We've got a new leader. 22 of Kyle Steckley now out front on lap 21. Steckley, your new leader in the 22, the Milverton Missile. Showing the way now by a car length over Jake Sheridan, who also was able to get by Pritico. And Steckley, this is the biggest lead we've seen of the race, a couple car lengths. Running just a little bit higher through 3 and 4. There's some contact. Brandon Watson And the 3 of Gemmel getting physical. Off turns 3 and 4. Now they're side by side. Watson a little loose on the bottom. Gemmel gives him room up top. Gemmel will cut in the line right behind the 30W of Watson. Watson up to 4th spot. Gemmel back to 5th. Brady Smith having a good run in that 39. He goes 6th. Stoddy 7th. Farley 8th. And there's your lead trio now. Steckley, Sheridan, and Pritico.
Yeah, and I don't think Gemmel would want to push the issue this early in the race, that's for sure. So let's just pop back in line and let the race play out.
So lots of laps left to go here. 134. It should be getting close to nighttime by the time we finish this one up. So the track temperature really changing as we work through the day. And Steckley, again, with a 2-car length lead out front. Looks like by about 9 o'clock, we should knock a couple more degrees off as it continues to cool here this afternoon. And these cars will continue to make more horsepower as that temperature goes down. More horsepower, more grip, more speed. You're seeing it right now. Sheridan working on the back of Steckley. Not really close enough to make a challenge right now. .131 laps left to go. Gemmel sits 5th again. Brady Smith in 6th. There's the 33 of Jonathan Arts, the 51 of Lights Out Mike Bentley. And the 2, Kendra Adams in that Mobile 1 machine. She had a really tough go at Peterborough. Had a good chance to talk to Kendra earlier on today. She said they had a lot of work to do to put that right front together after hitting the wall at Peterborough. And she said the good news is they found a few other things that were wrong with the car. So she thinks they've got some speed. She says it's another trip to Delaware for me. I get a little more comfortable here every time out. And of course, her fiance, he's not looking too bad in 2nd. That is Jake Sheridan. They've set a wedding date for later on this year. And I guess if you're going to get tips from anybody about how to get around here, then you can ask your fiance. That would make some pillow talk, wouldn't it?
That would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
There's the Raptor Filters machine. Again, the Kendra Adams and Jake Sheridan get married this fall. And they would love to, that'd be a great wedding present, a trip to the banquet as the champion. We'll see if Jake Sheridan can pull it off. He's got Kyle Steckley in front of him right now. He is your point leader with 127 laps left. There's Shea Gemmel. Looks like Brady Smith has got by Gemmel up into 5th now for the 39. Gemmel back to 6th, so he made a charge here early in that 3 machine. But Brady Smith a little quicker right now. He has got around the 3. And it looks like Shea really struggling with that car being loose through the middle of the corners.
When I was talking to him a little bit earlier, especially in 1 and 2, it was tight in, loose off, and they were having a hard time trying to figure out how they could loosen the car up on entry. So it looks like it's still a little tight going in and just super loose off. And you know that's not a very good combo.
No, tight in, loose off is definitely not good. Makes it tough, that's for sure. And there you see Brandon Watson. He sits 4th right now, leading Connor Pritico. Nice to see Brandon Watson, 2-time series champ, back in action full-time this year. He's the all-time winningest driver on tour, some 18 career feature wins in the APC Tour. And again, Canada Day wins in 2017, 18, 19, and 2021. So 4 Canada Day wins in a row for Brandon Watson. He can definitely get it done here at Delaware.
Yeah, it's nice to have him back, and he's great competition for all the guys too. How long has it been since? A couple years since he's been in the. Because he was in NASCAR series for the last couple years, and then he's moved back to the APC. So,
yeah, a couple years off from the APC Tour. Did a little racing here, a little racing there. Another race, some super late stuff.
Yeah.
But getting back behind the controls of that.
He's always fun to watch.
Port City chassis, and again, the chassis manufacturer war, as always, on in the APC series. And it's a McCall show out front. 22 of Steckley showing some speed. And you've got that Port City chassis running third. And another McCall entry in fourth, the Connor Pritico car. Those front four have really stepped away from the rest of the field. Brady Smith is about half a straightaway back in fifth from the fourth place car, Connor Pritico. And they're still about half a track away from getting into lap traffic. So a competitive field here tonight. We've been back to action for some 20 laps now, and they still have not got into lap traffic. And how about that? Marshall Schrenk waving bye-bye to Josh Stoddy. How the tables have turned for your defending champ. He was the man to beat here in May at Delaware Speedway. Won the season opener here at Delaware back in early May, but struggling here today. Dale Shaw able to get by. That was for ninth spot. Move Shaw up to P9. And Dale Shaw, our inaugural series champ, and then went some 10 or 11 years between victories, finally getting back to victory lane last year at Sunset Speedway. Made himself an APC trivia question. The longest length of time between victories.
9 years?
Yeah.
The going back to Stoddy a little bit, just with you would imagine how frustrated it would be, you know, coming in May, having a strong car, and even in the fall at the 300, I believe he was fourth or fifth, and he obviously won the championship. But that just shows as a racer, you can come back to a track with the exact same setup as you did, take all the notes, come back, and you can just throw it out the window because nothing's the same.
And to the layman, it doesn't make sense, right?
No.
Like it was fast last Friday.
Yeah.
We put it in the trailer. We pulled it out of the trailer. Why is it not fast this Friday?
And there's nothing more frustrating, taking it home, writing down all your notes, get it on the scales, get your tire temps, get everything in order, thinking that you're going to go out the next week and everything's going to be under control, and you have have a good. You're thinking you're going to have a good Friday or Saturday night, and you're 2/10 off from the week before.
Couple minor changes, whether it be rubber on the track or a different temperature, different humidity, that all factors into how good these cars are from week to week. And of course, how big of a setup book you can build over the years definitely helps. And we've got some action up front. Jake Sheridan had given the 22 a little bit of breathing room, but he is now starting to press the issue. Trying to put the heat on Kyle Steckley. Steckley dominated the early part of the Peterborough race a few weeks ago. Had the chance to talk to Kyle after he ended up, I believe, fifth at Peterborough by the time all was said and done. They made the changes, they made the tire changes at the halfway or so point, and he said we just must have got a bad tire. He said the car just went away, and it was evident throughout the broadcast that car just did not work as well the second half as it did the first half. It's strong right now, but I think that 52 just might be a hair quicker. Just a question when he's going to make his move. And you see the 3 of Gemmel. He's come under fire from the 22 or the 72, excuse me, of Junior Farley, the Guelph driver. He was in action here a few weeks ago at Delaware Speedway in a super modified. I believe he's got a couple more races left at Oswego in the super, and then one more ISMA race later on in the year. He said it was a couple hours the other side of Lancaster for that final super race of the year. So definitely doing a lot of racing this year, and he's looking stout here tonight, trying to scratch and claw his way to the front in that Burns workwear.
Yeah, he
Home Hardware 72.
He seems to be picking up some speed on this long run here. His car's coming together here, so.
And you saw a big wiggle by the 3 of Gemmel there. Again, he's fighting a loose condition from the middle out on that 3. We've got a yellow here. We've got one stopped up in the middle of turns 1 and 2.
The 33 of Jonathan Arts.
And it looks like some damage to the right front of that as well. And if they've painted the walls recently, that would be his marks. That I'm not sure of. We can see the right front of that car buckled up, though. We are 53 laps into tonight's Canada Day AC Delco Classic 159 in memory of Ivor Jones. So there's the pit light on the front stretch. And if you are sitting high enough in the grandstand or towards turn 4, right in front of the Cat Tormont sign in turn 3, you can see the light. That's where the drivers can see it. And you're probably asking why it's on the front stretch as well. Well, all the spotters are located at the base of the tower. And so that way they can call to the driver when pit road is open. And a big shout out to the sponsor the spotter we're missing tonight, our buddy Joe Chisholm. He's out spotting in the East Coast. They had to bring Jeff Gottler in as a backup replacement. And I still haven't got the answer from Joe on how many Dairy Queens he passed from Sobel to Nova Scotia. We're waiting on the answer. Pit road is open, Jordan. It is about to get busy down there.
Yeah, they're going to come rolling in this time by
Shea Gemmell coming down to pit road in the 3 machine.
Once again, kind of like we were talking about earlier, how the car's handling and everything. And since Shea's going backwards, an early pit seems to be the right call there.
It looks like Shaw's coming down as well. He'll get some work done. Stoddy, after a big backslide there in the 17, he'll come to the attention of his crew. Kendra Adams in here as well. Maltese also rolls down pit road.
Look, a lot of them are stopping in the same spot for you there.
It doesn't look like they're going to do right sides on the 3 car, making some small adjustments.
Nobody's got tires out here. Gemmell's crew's the only one with tires out here.
I don't think they're actually going to put them on, though, yet.
No, they got them jacked up on the right side.
They got the duct tape.
We got Jeremy Noon down there with the duct tape.
Yeah, you can see this back bumper. It's been pushed in right underneath the Castrol sign here. There's been contact there between somebody and Gemmell at some point.
Merely a flesh wound.
Just cosmetic.
The hood up on Stoddy's car. They are going to work under the nose of that thing.
Still working on the right side there.
The Maltese crew has gone around to the left side of the car as well. They're working on the right front of Kendra Adams' car. And we'll go see the big troubles with the hood up on primetime Josh Stoddy's car, your defending series champ. Jack on the move. See if you can find out from Josh what's going on with that 17 machine.
They're working under the left front here.
They got Joe Lawrence down there taking a quick look at it from McCall Racing.
There's Jonathan Arts headed to the infield on the business end of the hook.
Yeah, working inside the left front. It's leaking something just a little bit. A couple of puddles under that left front.
Puddles are never good.
They're going to pull the hood down. They still got the jack stands underneath. They're going to get those pulled out and get Stoddy back rolling again.
And the problem, Lonnie, is it doesn't matter what type of fluid it is. Whatever fluid it is should be kept inside the car.
At any given point, you should see no fluid.
No fluid.
No fluid. And I mean, even if it's a small leak and you can get to the end of the race, it's still going to cover everything. It's going to get on the tires. It's just not going to be it's not going to be feasible for a successful race.
Yeah, it's just inside that left front, doing a little left rear air pressure adjustment here. Then they'll get Stoddy back underway. Not going to lose a lap here under caution.
So again, the first 4 laps of a caution will not count on the long E cautions anyways.
I believe this will be the 4th lap, so Stoddy's going to have to...
Yeah, they roll him away right now. Real soft on that left rear now as he makes his way back out on the speedway.
See if you can find out from crew chief Dwayne just what's going on with that 17. There's see the 17 Estati pulling back onto the Speedway again, a winner of our season opener. And it looks like the cone set to come out, the choose cone.
The choose cone.
Could be the most dangerous job in all of motorsports.
It could be. I mean, let's see what Connor Prudico does here, because he didn't have too much. We were just talking about how taking the outside on the restarts were super successful, and Steckley and Sheridan both took advantage of that last time.
And Steckley historically takes the outside. A lot of Friday nights he will give up the inside. He likes that outside groove on the restart. We'll see what Sheridan does, though. Does Sheridan go to the inside and take a stab?
Stoddy blew a power steering pump down here, so they pulled it out on pit road down here. That's where the fluid was coming from. Getting that all cleaned up in the stall, getting ready for later on pit stops.
Is that the power steering pump there on the wall?
Yes, that's it.
So did they replace the pump, or
I believe they replaced it.
Wow, good work. Good work by the Stoddy crew. Not only are they small-town pavers, but they can replace a brake parts in less than 4 laps.
That's super impressive here. We'll see if now Stoddy can start working his way towards the front, if that's all it is, and they got it under control.
And if your brakes are working correctly or incorrectly, it can make all the difference in the world on these short track cars. Sorry, the power steering can make all the difference in the world on these short track cars. So we'll see what, if that fixes Josh Stoddy's problem, the defending champ can make his way back to the front. There's Connor Maltese in the 23.
Still a lot of laps here left to go, 104 of our 159. I think there's some time. He might be able to make his way back up to the front here.
And the Jonathan Arts car has been deposited in the pits. So Steckley will take the outside, Sheridan on the inside, and
it should be fun.
These two have tangled a lot together over the years. All I can say is let the restart games begin. They're both youngsters, but both wily veterans. Both come from historic racing families. Jake Sheridan's dad, multi-time champ here at Delaware Speedway. NASCAR Sportsman champ. You've got Kyle Steckley, whose father was a NASCAR Canada champ. A couple second-generation drivers getting ready to get on the loud pedal. They are off and running down into one. And they banged doors. Steckley put the big squeeze on him, and Jake Sheridan said, you're not going to crowd me. Sheridan by half a car length through 3 and 4. And off turn 4, it looks like Jake Sheridan, is he going to be able to close the deal? Not quite. Has to give Steckley the outside, but Steckley will tuck back in the line behind the 52. Shaking and baking on the outside is the 30 of Brandon Watson. He will try to clear Connor Prudico, and he will do it down there into 3 and 4. How about Brady Smith, the local driver, having a great run up into 5th. Another local driver, Marshall Schrenk, runs 6th. 30 of Watson, trying to run down those 2 leaders. And Steckley trying to figure out how to regain the lead. So first time out front for Jake the Snake Sheridan, your point leader. Again, looking for 3 wins in a row. That would put him in some rare air. I believe your only drivers ever in APC action to get to victory lane 3 times in a row would be Brandon Watson, Kyle Steckley, and Andrew Gressel.
And speaking of Brandon Watson, he's starting to get really good here with 97 to go. So he should be a contender here.
Yeah, Watson in the mix, and he's good at saving tires. The one thing when he was winning all those championships and all those races through the late teens, the one thing that impressed me about the 30 was just how patient he was and just how he refuses to put that car in a bad spot. He's patience beyond his years. And that's what allowed him to get to victory lane so many times on tour. Marshall Schrenk roughing up the 39 down in 1 and 2. Smith tried to close the door. Schrenk was there.
Gemmel back up to 5th spot here.
Yeah, Gemmel. So it looks like those adjustments have worked for the 3 car.
You just needed a little duct tape under the right rear.
That was it, the duct tape fix for the 3. And he's driving that Canusa Castrol-sponsored machine. Back up into the top 5. We'll see if he can run down Connor Pritico.
We'll see. He always drives a little better when he's angry.
Brady Smith, local driver in 7th, going at it with Junior Farley in the 72. That's a great 4-car battle off turn 2. Mike Bentley in the mix as well there. You see the 83 of Dale Shaw, your inaugural series champ. And winner last year at Sunset Speedway.
Got Brandon Watson knocking on the back door. Kyle Steckley here coming off of 2.
Some great shots by Abby, our drone operator. Get some good visuals behind those cars. There you see Smith in the 72, and now we got a pass for 2nd. How about this? Brandon Watson down into turn 1. He's alongside the 22 of Steckley, now down the backstretch into 3. Here comes Brandon Watson making a bid for the silver position. And Watson's going to clear the 22, put Brandon Watson up to P2 as Steckley slides back to 3rd, and he's fallen into the clutches of the 19 of Connor Pritico.
90 laps to go here. That 30 car is looking pretty fast. We'll see if he can catch the 52 of Jake Sheridan.
We'll see who saved those best right side tires for later, if that's what it comes down to. The 30 machine. The Port City race car entry of Brandon Watson, 2-time series champ. Now up into 2nd spot, trying to run down your leader. You see Sheridan off turn 2 and down the backstretch. He's opened up a 1-second lead over Brandon Watson and Ellis Don Port City Race Cars sponsored entry. And after he got by Steckley unable to stay with him.
That 52 car is a rocket right now.
He's pretty good.
Well, he's only won the last 2.
Brandon Watson, now that he's got to 2nd, that gap though between Sheridan and Watson staying consistent at just under a 2nd.
And it looks like Shea Gemmel and Marshall Schrenk are closing that gap to Connor Pritico right now as well.
Marshall Schrenk, he has been impressive since jumping in a late model just a couple seasons ago. Again, a great weekly runner here at Delaware Speedway. And there is the 3 of Gemmel. In 5th spot right now, 3.5 seconds behind your leader. Now, Junior Farley getting racy again. Him and Brady Smith, they've been going at it for the last 10 laps or so. And we'll see how the frustration meter works here as Junior Farley tries to wrestle this lead away. But Smith holding him off for the time being. We're closing in on the halfway point. 82 laps left to go, and Junior Farley giving Brady Smith fits. Smith getting that ride in the Simon Innovation Machine this year. Had been running his own stuff for a number of years. And the Simon Innovation Company bought a couple late models, and they have tabbed Brady Smith to race for them this year. And he's done a pretty good job in weekly competition, having a great run again here today in 7th.
Well, Junior Farley peeking underneath, ducks back up.
And our halfway leader this time by, there he is, the 52 machine. He'll fire off turn 4 into the stripe. Your leader is that 52. Ron Sheridan, your McCall Racing Enterprises halfway leader here today. Fittingly enough, in the McCall Racing Enterprises machine, Raptor Filters, Reynolds Trucking, Pride Seed, some of the sponsors on that 52 machine. As we hustle into the second half of this one. And only a couple caution flags have slowed us down here today.
We got the 30 car under the 52 car for the lead.
How about that? Brandon Watson gets it done off turn 4. And we've got a new leader. Brandon Watson, 4-time winner here at Canada Day at Delaware Speedway. And he would love to make it number 5 here today. That Ellis Don machine.
And it is on rails. It is past the 52 car of Jake Sheridan. It is set sail.
76 laps to go for your leader.
We're going to take a look at the pass again here. It looks like Jake Sheridan just kind of let him go here because he was probably closing the gap a little much and he didn't want to use up his stuff. But
well, and by doing that, he doesn't hold himself up too, right? He can always get going as quick as possible and not lose any more ground than he has to third place Kyle Steckley.
Well, we know that there's going to be a competition caution at some point too, and you're going to get to choose if you want right side tires, and you can make some adjustments there, and then reset, and then attack again.
And back to this junior Farley battle, him and Brady Smith, they have been going at it.
And now Kyle Steckley passing for second place.
So the Steckley car coming to life as well. He gave up the lead to Sheridan, and now he will find his way by Sheridan for second spot. On the backstretch goes Steckley into 3 and 4.
I wonder if Jake Sheridan used up the right rear on that 52 car.
We'll find out when we get our next yellow flag. My guess is it will be wholesale cars to pit road. Next time the yellow appears, there's that Raptor Filters machine. And Jordan, maybe you can get a word with crew chief Nicky and find out what's amiss on that 52. As he fades a bit, was leading for a while.
Yeah, because here comes Connor Prutico and Shea Gemmel here. Pretty quick on Jake Sheridan, so there's got to be something going on.
I wonder if that Sheridan machine has just went away. As we're under 70 laps left to go. There you saw him shaking it down the backstretch, kind of going from side to side like something might be loose or coming loose. He loses another spot. He is hemorrhaging positions. And this is going to upset the apple cart as far as the point standings. And there he goes. The 52 finally goes around. And that will be yellow number 3 as the 52 of Sheridan loses it coming out of turn 2. And goes Ricky Bobby down the backstretch. It might be stuck. No, he's going to turn it around. Oh, he backed it into the wall. Tried the Rockford, didn't quite pull it off. And now they got a little bit of work to do on the left rear.
He's probably going to have his team assess what's going on here on the way by.
So we see on the replay. Looks like that was after he was up and rolling there. Nick down talking to Joe Lawrence. What's the scoop down there, Jordan?
They're talking about what they're going to do. They're going to bring him down here. This will be one of our controlled cautions. So it's actually going to work out well for him. They're going to be able to fix whatever's been ailing him. He's going to restart at the back anyways. He was the cause of our caution. They're getting everything ready to go for their pit stop down here. Tires are up on the wall. Everybody has started getting busy up and down pit road down here.
Yeah, here we go. The green light is on the front stretch.
Yeah, you see Sheridan went all around by himself on the Two-Speed Motorsports replay. There's Tricky Nicky. Sprint car ace extraordinaire, crew chief for his brother today. And it is wholesale down pit road except Junior Farley. Jordan, things are about to get busy.
Kyle Steckley's team goes to work down here on the 22. They've got it jacked up. It's going to be right side tires for the 22. A little bit of racing fuel in there as well. Josh Stoddy coming down as well. They got the right sides ready to go. They're going to get under the hood once again on the 17. The second time here. Some decent rear end damage there on the 52. Jake Sheridan down here at the start of pit road. Looks mostly cosmetic at the back there. They're going to do some refueling. They get the right sides going on Sheridan's car as well. As Farley rolls by for the first time, Dale Shaw is going to get away. He'll rejoin the field. And Three more laps left for everybody down here on pit road.
And again, remember you can't lose positions on pit road. So these cars will go back out and then will be reassembled in the same position they were in. So it's not a, quote, race off pit road, and FYI why we do that, because these aren't NASCAR pit crews. These are just regular guys that don't practice this a whole lot, and we don't want anybody getting hurt on pit road for sure.
Looks like they're going back to work on the power steering fluid pump on the 17 of Stoddy.
Jack getting a good look at that as they try to tighten that up.
So was Stoddy out there with no power steering? They're just hooking it in right there.
He was running with no power steering. They just pinched off the line. They're putting it back in now.
So apparently a power steering pump is a two-stop fix.
That would make more sense to me.
Who would have known? Running out of time here. Farley's passed twice now.
No, I'm not saying.
Now, again, on the flip side, the worst case, maybe, you want to make sure you do it right, and you want to make sure he's got power steering for the second half of the race. If you do happen to take 5 laps to do it and do lose a lap, we do have the lucky dog rule. So there's a very good chance that if Josh Stoddy does happen to go a lap down while they make this repair, he can earn it back a little later on tonight.
Out of competition cautions here. This is the last guaranteed yellow of the evening. Kyle Steckley is going to get pushed away out here. Still hard at work on Stoddy's car. This is a new pump they're going to throw in right here. Had to get the belt loosened off there. Now they had a seal. They had to pull off the old pump.
They'll have to make sure that they bleed everything out so he's not getting it all choppy as well here. So they got a little bit of work to do, but it looks like they have it under control.
Calm, cool, and collected. APC champion Joe Lawrence in there, hard at work.
They're having a tough time actually getting mounted in there. You can see they took it out to kind of try to get the bolts put back in. It looks like they've got a spacer in there as well. They got to get the bolts through that.
Yeah, it's an awkward location to deal with it here on pit road. Maltese, the last one to fire off outside of Stoddy here.
Hey, but you got to like the sponsor placement. Dayco's on the side of Stoddy's car. The Dayco gloves under the hood. And I bet it's a Dayco belt that's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely it would be.
Available at all APC auto stores.
Lawrence trying to get it tightened up. It wouldn't be the worst thing to go 1 lap down. Going 2 laps down would be a whole different story here as they're hard at work here in the 17 stall.
So the other thing to follow up is what's the thinking on the 72 car? Is he just all set for the night, or are they counting on that yellow with 30 laps to go where they can have the freshest tires?
Yeah, that's a tough sell from back there.
That's
That's
a lot of cars to pass this late in the game with 30 to go, and a lot of stout cars to pass with 2 fresh tires. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we'll see if Junior Farley can use that track position to his advantage now. And I did the homework, so you don't have to. Okay?
I was just about to do homework.
I did a lot up here. There was numbers flying.
There was. I did see.
So Jake Sheridan looking for feature win number 3 in a row. It has happened 3 other times in APC action over the years. J.R. Fitzpatrick in 2022 went to victory lane 3 times in a row. Joe Lawrence went to victory lane in 2020 3 times in a row. And the only other driver with 3 in a row, and heck, he had 4 in a row to open up his 2017 championship season, Brandon Watson.
That's why there was so much smoke coming out of your ears there, like I could barely see in here.
I was working the old Google, let me tell you.
Yes, you were.
The Googleplex was flying, but we got the answers.
Another thing that shows you how hot it is down here, Stoddy's crew member has a leaf blower in the window. He's blowing it on to Josh Stoddy to cool him down while he's got to sit down here on pit road. It is fiery in that 17 car.
Well, I think Josh Stoddy's championship defense will have taken a major hit today. He came into today 4th in points, and it's not going to end pretty as he's going to go laps down. 1 to go sign being given. He's got to be at least a few laps down now.
Yeah, I believe when he went in, we were at 69 laps to go. So,
yeah, showing at least 4 laps down. So yeoman's work to get that done as quick as they could, but looks like maybe they got to practice that at the shop, doing it quick.
Well, we'll see what happens here with Junior Farley on point here with no fresh tires.
I'm going to say that 30 is going to eat his lunch right here. Brandon Watson, couple fresh tires on the right side of that Ellis Don sponsored machine. Farley's your control car. He gets a good jump. Here comes the 30. Shea Gemmel in the mix as well in 3rd.
He's going to go under him.
Shea Gemmel looking to go 3 wide now on Farley. Can't do it. And Watson, he's got half a car length on Farley. He's going to dime in the corner. Try to get a good run out. Him and Farley will do a little beating and a little banging. Watson by 3/4 of a car length down into 1. Farley drives it in deep, drives to the wheels of the 30, but coming off the corner, Watson will now clear him. And Brandon Watson's going to ease that car to the bottom.
3 wide.
And look at this. It's a jailbreak trying to get around Farley. Here comes Gemmel to the bottom. Steckley caught up top behind Farley as they make a train on the bottom of Junior Farley. Will Farley get in line in front of Pritico? He's trying to, but Pritico's there. The race for 3rd off turn 4. Here comes the 19 of Connor Pritico. He's door-to-door with Farley heading into turn 1.
And look at Shea Gemmel back up into 3rd after that early pit stop. Second.
He has had the roller coaster ride today, the ups and downs in the 3 car. But it's looking pretty good right now as he's only got 1 driver in front of him, the 30 of Brandon Watson. And meanwhile, Marshall Schrenk has fought his way to the bottom. Here comes Schrenk to the inside of Pritico for 3rd. How about Marshall Schrenk, 3rd year in a late model, and he's taking Pritico to school. He'll clear Pritico now. Sheridan back in the mix. Despite that spin a couple laps ago, already back up into the top 5. And now putting the hurt on 5th place Pritico and trying to figure out a way by Marshall Schrenk. Inside goes Sheridan. This is the race for 3rd. Schrenk opened the season with a top 5 finish, but it's Jake Sheridan looking to make history and win his 3rd in the row here today. Winner event number 2 at Flamborough, winner event 2 weeks ago at Peterborough. Now Pritico to the inside of Schrenk as well. He's got Steckley lined up behind him. And Pritico now closes the deal on Schrank, leaves the door open. Kyle Steckley will waltz on through as well. So Steckley, who got bottled up in the top side of the track on that restart, now as they get single file, able to pick up a couple spots, he's up into the top 5. Stoddy back onto pit road in the 17 machine.
Looks like he's got some water coming out of the hood too. He's overheating.
Problems have got worse for Josh Stoddy.
I'm assuming a belt came off probably with the power steering issue.
He is spouting Old Faithful down there on pit road. Steam spewing out of the overflow. We've got a yellow for Mike Bentley, who is stopped on the backstretch. A lot of stuff happening at the same time here at Delaware Speedway with 55 laps to go. And this will be a quick yellow. So tough break for the Platinum One contracting entry of Lights Out Mike Bentley. We've got 55 laps to go here as the field circulating under yellow. And just trying to figure out what the issue is with that Bentley machine. Looks like they're going under the hood.
Well, you could see them. He was waving them off when he was going to get a push there. So
something must have locked up. And it looks like he's going to be on the business end of the Brandy Point Services tow truck, brought to you by Velocity Race Cars, where they can take your car on the tow truck right from the track to Velocity Race Cars.
Which let's get that out of the way. Like, I would rather not have that happen in any any scenario.
Nothing against the fine folks at Velocity Race Cars, but yeah, you'd rather be park it in the trailer on its own power and take it there.
Yeah.
For a setup during the week. It's the Port City race car out front, the McCall race car in second and third.
And I know that 3 car spent a lot of time at McCall Racing this week to try to get it dialed in for this race.
Shea Gemmel?
He doesn't like running 8th in points. I know that. So
no, tough start to the season, and it's real tough when you have an opening night like he did. Got into, like we said, Maltese's oil. Him, Brady Smith, all piled into the wall in turns 3 and 4, knocked a bunch of good cars out. But both of them having much better nights here for the AC Delco Canada Classic 159.
With a couple of these cautions too, it's going to run a little later. The track's going to cool down probably even more than what we were thinking.
And Shea Gemmel's going to have a crack at the lead. So Brandon Watson takes the outside. Gemmel to the bottom. Row 2 will be Steckley and the 52 of Sheridan. Again, Sheridan chasing history here tonight. He's got a chance to join 3 other drivers to win 3 consecutive APC late model features. And if he can win tonight, he will chase history again next time out at Flamborough to try to tie that all-time record held by Brandon Watson, who just happens to be the all-time winningest feature driver in APC action. Green flag in the air. We are off and running into 1. Watson on the top side with that preferred groove. We'll see if Shea Gemmel, the local shoe, can make a rally here. Off of 4, they'll get back under green. It's Watson, Sheridan, Gemmel shuffles back into 3rd. Now here comes Steckley to the inside of Pritico. Oh, we got a big pile up in 1 and 2. Dale Shaw, Brady Smith, and it looks like Kendra Adams brought into that. And tough break for the 2 car. She had just got that car back together after Peterborough 2 weeks ago and was having a solid run here this evening in the White Deuce. Looks like Brady Smith's going to be able to drive away, and we'll see what happened. Well, Smith got turned. Dale Shaw to the inside of Smith was definitely not to the wheel.
No.
And that's probably the second time in the last 2 weeks Dale Shaw has been in the center of a firestorm. My guess is the Brady Smith crew is not going to be too pleased with that. And I know 2 weeks ago Dale Shaw got into it with Ray Morneau. And the Morneau crew was none too impressed. I'd like to put a big shout out to our buddy Ray Morneau.
I talked to Ray tonight, and he says he's doing good, but he's the doctors told him he's still got a little bit before he goes back to the track. So glad to hear he's doing good.
Yeah, he suffered a concussion 2 weeks ago at Peterborough. He did pop up into the booth last Friday night to join us for a few minutes, but still probably a few weeks, a month maybe away from being able to climb back into the race car. So shout out to Ray Morneau. We miss you out there, buddy.
Maybe some regular Friday nights racing, he can join you up in the booth.
He's not bad. He's not bad. He's come up a few times.
If I could do it, Ray, you can do it.
Kendra Adams in rough shape up there. That left front pushed in real bad on the 2 car.
And just a victim of circumstances as, again, contact between Dale Shaw and Brady Smith turned Smith around, and Kendra Adams nowhere to go. So Brandon Watson, and this is trouble for the rest of the field. So we knew Brandon Watson coming back was going to be trouble for the rest of the field. I mean, he's a 2-time champ. He's the all-time win leader with 19 and returning to the Speedway here in 2026. And struggled a bit through the early part of the year, but he has really asserted his dominance here tonight. Yeah, Shaw turned Smith. Wasn't turning
Shaw's crew goes to work down here. Looks like they punched out the grill a little bit just on the left side there on the 83.
So there you see Brady Smith, the crew working on the right rear of his car. That's where the contact was made with Kendra Adams. And
Yeah,
we're gonna get another look at it here.
Nothing done to Dale Shaw's car, more just checking it out. They just dropped the jack on the 39.
Not sure if it was Dale Shaw. Sounds like it was Junior Farley that got into him. So it was tough. Shaw ended up in the end of it. So we apologize to Dale Shaw. Junior Farley getting the better of Brady Smith down there.
Yeah, Brady Smith pulls away. Very minimal damage there on that yellow 39.
And I mean, Junior Farley and Brady Smith been battling all day.
And Junior Farley's got to be fighting too. I mean, he's on those original tires from the get-go.
That's true.
And there's Brady Smith. Looks like the car's no worse for wear, so hopefully everything's still pointed straight in the rear end on that 30 machine. So timing and scoring, getting everything sorted out behind us here.
So
50 laps to go.
So before that, I guess we were talking about Brandon Watson and how dominant he's been in the series, and I just want to go back to that. Just, you know, we all knew that eventually he was going to be a force to reckon with, and here he is right now leading and showing the amount of speed he has here tonight. So I'm going to assume going forward the rest of the season that they're going to have to either see his his tailgate for sure.
Well, and we've got 2 races left at Sauble Speedway, and he is tough there. Oh, he is tough at Sauble Speedway. A lot of wins in that 9 car when it was the 9 car for Brandon Watson there. So could be setting up nice for him. Now he's got some ground to gain. Came in 7 points behind Jake Sheridan, who sits 3rd right now. And I think Watson in kind of the catbird seat to lead the most laps here today. So Stoddy, it's been a tough day for primetime Josh Stoddy. They got the hood back up on that Canadian Flat Roof Systems machine, and there's a dejected Kendra Adams walking through the infield. You get a tough break for the driver of that Mobil 1 machine.
And it's never good, and it's never a good feeling when you wreck your car. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, money. Everyone puts their heart and soul into it, but it's the only thing that makes it work is it happening twice, back to back, and now you got to go through and you got to do it all over again. But that's all part of it. We've all done there. We've all been there.
One of our Dayco Superstock drivers, Brody Rickwood, who's a regular here at Delaware at Superstock action. New car to him this year. He has struggled all year. Finally had a chance to talk to him last night. Said, well, what's going on with you? He's like, we've had air breather problems. We've had carburetor problems. We've had motor problems. We've had ignition problems. We can't work on getting the car faster till we can work on getting the car running.
Yeah.
And sure enough, last night they got the car running. Between practice and the heat race and the feature, they were able to gain some speed. So very important to have that notebook, and it's way easier if you can work on the setup of the car all week as opposed to putting body panels back on it.
And the one big thing, too, that people don't realize is, like, it can be running perfect in the shop. It is completely fine in the shop, and then you only get, your practice nights on Mondays and Fridays, Friday race nights. You don't get to find out until you get to one of those nights. So
unless you just happen to be lucky enough to live on a paved dead-end road.
Yeah, yes.
Or have a house with like a big laneway.
Yes.
So choose cone out. Everybody make your decisions wisely. We've got Watson going to take the inside this time. So he's going to give Shea Gemmel the outside. Little change of pace.
Interesting.
So we'll see how it works out for Brandon Watson. Again, Watson, the all-time winningest feature driver on tour, 19 career wins.
What's also interesting is how Jake followed him down there, and the last restart, Jake followed him up. So we'll see what happens here. Both the APC Canusa cars are on the outside. We'll see if they can make something happen here.
So we know who the folks down in Turn 1 in the APC AC Delco tent are cheering for. That outside row, I'm sure. Shea Gemmel, multi-time winner on tour. Won a couple great Canadians here at Delaware Speedway. Against Brandon Watson, who is a 5-time winner here on tour at Delaware Speedway. Green. Well, one to go this time by row 2. Jake Sheridan on the bottom, Kyle Steckley up top. Connor Pritico still in the mix. In 5th spot, he'll go side by side with Marshall Shrink in row 3. How about Connor Maltese in the 23? He has kept his nose clean all night, finds himself up in 7th on the restart. Got Dale Shaw alongside him in 8th. 9th looks like Mike Bentley, and 10th, Brady Smith. We'll have to see if Bentley somehow remained on the lead lap or not, though. Green flag set to fly. Watson's the control car. The restart game's going on. Good start. They're neck and neck on the line. They'll race their way down into turn 1. Through 1 and 2, they'll work. How about Watson on the bottom? Trying to bring Sheridan with him. It's Shea Gemmel, not giving up on the outside. They're door handle to door handle through 3 and 4. Watson low, Gemmel up top. Still battling for that lead. 3 and 4. Watson on the bottom. Now Sheridan takes a look at making it 3 wide. He'll tuck back in the line. They are rack stacked and packed into a mess up at the front. And Shea Gemmel, I believe he got a lap led there. Sure did. 42 to go. Gemmel with the lead briefly. Now here comes Watson trying to clear him. And again, you can run that outside, but only for so long. Gemmel trying to squeeze him down. And Watson will mosey on by. Now it's Sheridan. He's side by side, giving the 3-car fits. Into 3 and 4. Shea Gemmel weave that thing back and forth real quick. Down into turn 3. There's a great shot. 22 on 22 action. The leader's just in front of them. And here comes Pritico to the bottom of Gemmel. Now Pritico drifted up into the 22 of Steckley. Steckley's going to try to get it done on the outside from 5th. Pritico goes 4th out of 4 to the stripe. What a battle for 5th and 6th.
Got lots of action going on in top 5 right now.
Gemmel right now runs 3rd, but he has got a mirror full of Connor Pritico in the 19, who has a mirror full of Kyle Steckley in the 22. Right behind them, Marshall Schrenk in the 22S. Don't count him out either. Less than 40 laps to go.
One thing you got to worry about right now, too, is just the amount of sun in your eyes going into 1 and 2. So you got to account for, having a hard time seeing. So,
yeah, it's tough enough to see from the terrarium we're in up here. I can't imagine trying to look out of that plexiglass that's all pitted, oil covered. Yeah. It's got to be an absolute blur as they come through the middles of 1 and 2, and they're looking right into the sun.
Steckley around.
And not good news for the 22 machine. Kyle Steckley around off turn 2. I believe he was racing with Connor Pritico. 37 laps to go, and we'll see if we get a replay what happened. So Steckley drove it in. They bumped wheels. And just a racing deal.
Just a racing deal. No one's fault there.
Pritico gave him lots of room, and they just made a little contact. And it looks like when they made the contact, and a lot of times when you're on the inside and you've got wheel into it, and you make contact with the door or the left rear of the car in front of you, it just automatically kicks the nose of your car to the left.
You just have so much momentum going to the left as you're coming off that you're not bringing it back around.
I have vast experience of that in iRacing, bouncing off people and spinning out, and that's kind of what happens. That's the physics behind it.
Absolutely. I mean, I've done it in real life too, so.
Jordan, what do we got down there in the Steckley pit?
Steckley brings it down. They quickly hop in on the right side of that car and make an adjustment. They're looking at the right front, making sure there's no damage here, and he's going to get fired away in the 22.
So another quickie caution here. Brady Smith coming down to pit road. Looks like they're going to...
Another replay here.
Yeah, there's a look from the turn 3 camera. He's already around by that. And again, it was 2 guys racing for the same piece of real estate. Connor was giving him room.
And like you said before, if you get into that right front with just that spot in the corner, that forward momentum is just going to keep you turning in a circle. So.
Yeah, these cars, you get leaning so hard on the right rear that all it takes is if somebody literally were to slap the left rear, it's enough that you're on the edge that all of a sudden the thing just snaps around on you. And this definitely bodes well for the 52's chance to try to grab his 3rd straight win. Jordan, what do you got?
Looks like Brady Smith. They're doing work on the right side of that car. I'm not sure if they just put the new tires on. They put the old tires back on, but he gets rolling again.
It's an interesting strategy. Do you put the old tires back on? I'm pretty sure he changed too when everybody else did.
The only way that I would maybe think that would happen is if there was some damage to a rim or tire within the accident that was up there and they didn't have any time to fix it. But
those new ones should be about 25 laps fresher.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know what Brady's excuse is. He was running in the top 5 with the tires on earlier, so
yeah,
they couldn't have been that bad.
No.
And again, the other thing is, he might have got a bad tire that just didn't size right.
Yep.
You know, if you're expecting the tire to grow, to give yourself 2.5 inches of stagger, and it doesn't grow, and you got half an inch, well, that thing is just going to push.
Which, unfortunately, that kind of happens all the time. So it's a game that you're kind of playing every week.
1 to go sign being given. Brandon Watson is going to take the outside on this restart. We are down to pucker time. The pay window is open here with 33 laps left. Late stages of this one. The 30 of Brandon Watson will set the pace here from the outside of the front row.
The 30 car Watson is playing games up there. He's inside, outside. He's playing with everyone.
Well, the top guys will play those restart games, but Sheridan plays them too. Watson by half a car length down into 1. Sheridan still right there. We'll see what Jake the Snake can do on the bottom. 2-time series champ up top. Delaware Speedway late model former champ on the bottom, looking for feature win number 3 in a row to become part of a select group of APC drivers to win that 3rd in a row. But Brandon Watson wants to deny him right now. Will Watson be able to hold him off? Watson squirts out front by a couple inches into 3 and 4. They are going at it. Win on the line. We're down to Saturday night feature time. 30 laps to go into 1. Watson and Sheridan in what could well be the race deciding battle right now. You've got Sheridan. Oh! Watson just door slammed Sheridan going into 3. So Sheridan just used him up in the middle of 3 and 4. Jake Sheridan definitely used up Brandon Watson, but they were even at that point. Shea Gemmel able to capitalize. He'll move up into 2nd now, but he is loose, and he's got Watson chewing away at the left rear.
I don't want. I'd be messing with that 30 car right now. He's going to be on a mission to get back up to the 52 car.
Watson skates by the 3 out of turn 2, move him up to 2nd spot. Now the 3 back in that bronze medal position and trying to go on the hunt again. Junior Farley now racing side by side with the 19 down into 1.
And I'm not too sure if the 30 car is getting into something going through 1 and 2, or if there's a little bit of smoke, maybe a little rub from when the 52 and 30 got into each other.
There's a replay of the battle for the lead. You can see Watson. He door slammed Sheridan about 3/4 of the way down the straightaway.
And he's got a bad tire rub on the left front.
Yeah, Darrell down here on pit roads checking it out from the inside.
Off turn 4 they come. Oh yes, that is a bad tire rub. This is not good news for fans of the 30 car with less than 25 to go. But if you are Jake Sheridan, you just put those sails in the wind. Don't even check the rearview mirror right now. The 30 is fading. And again, with that tire rub, it'll only rub so long before it goes flat. The question is, does it have 24 laps of air left in it or not? And will Shea Gemmel come a call? And well, it looks like
it looks like it's working itself out. The tire's either getting a little thin or it's pushed itself back out, but
we'll see on that 30 machine, and we'll see if he can rally and go back after the 52. And again, no love lost between Brandon Watson and the 52. And with 22 laps left to go, great drone shot. There's Brandon Watson, your 2-time series champ. And there's the deficit he's facing right now with 21 laps to go. That's what 1.18 seconds looks like at Delaware Speedway as he tries to chase down Jake the Snake Sheridan.
And that 30 car is still looking pretty good with a little bit of damage on the left front, so we'll see what happens here with 20 to go.
To 1 and 2 they'll work. Sheridan leads the way. There's Watson. Then it's another second or so back to Gemmel, and here's a battle. Junior Farley, he has been at war with somebody all day long.
And he's still on his original set of tires.
Still on his original tires. Working Connor Pritico over right now for 5th spot. Junior Farley comes into tonight 5th in points, so having a really good season in that Burn Workwear machine, also sponsored by Home Hardware. The Guelph driver giving Connor Pritico fits right now for 5th spot. Trying to pick up one more championship point. And he could move as high as 4th here today in points, as he should be able to pass Josh Staddy in the standings. And may actually have enough to reel in the 22 in points for 3rd. So Junior Farley having an evening in that 72 machine. Pritico still holds him off, 17 laps left to go. There's Farley taking another swing. Down into 1 and 2. Doing everything he can to dive underneath that 30, or the 19, excuse me, of Connor Pritico. 15 laps left to go at the line. Jake Sheridan has got this car in cruise control as we still watch the battle for 5th spot. This has been going on for a few laps. There's your leader.
And what about Bentley just behind them there?
Mike Bentley has had an interesting day as well. He is a few laps down though.
Oh.
Bentley lost some laps when his car stalled in the backstretch. But he's showing some speed here today. Again, this is the best battle on the Speedway. It's the race for 5th. Connor Pritico has it. Junior Farley wants it. Farley had had some action down in turn 1 a little earlier. He got into Brady Smith, turned the 39 around. The 39 has tried to come from the back of the pack, but hasn't made up a whole lot of ground here. And Kyle Steckley, must have had some damage to the 22. That car has not been the rocket we've seen all year long. He's about 8 seconds behind your leader, or 5.5 seconds behind your leader right now. Don't call it 8 seconds behind your leader. And there's Pritico. He's opened up a healthy lead on Farley now. That is a relative term over the last 20 laps, because Farley has been chomping at the bit, chewing away at the left rear of Pritico. Now back up to your leader. He swings it down into 3 and 4. There's Brandon Watson. That is what 1.48 seconds looks like. The gap between Sheridan and Watson 10 to go now for Jake the Snake Sheridan, trying to make APC history and go to victory lane for the 3rd time in a row. Again, only 3 other drivers have ever accomplished that feat. Jake Sheridan trying to make himself the 4th here tonight. And ironically enough, for all his APC victories, only has 1 here at Delaware Speedway. He's got 6 in his career, and now they're side by side. Finally, Farley is put alongside Connor Pritico. Bentley right behind them. We'll see if Farley can close the deal off turn 4. He will. Junior Farley finally makes the pass for 5th on Connor Pritico, and he had to work for it.
Who needs 2 tires?
Junior Farley up into 5th now. Marshall Schrenk, haven't talked about him a lot lately. He sits 4th, looking to have his 2nd top 5 run in as many starts here this year on tour. A 5th place finish in the opener. And looking to wind up here 4th tonight. He's a 2.5 or so behind Shea Gemmel. Probably not enough laps to reel him in. Gonna need a yellow. A whole bunch of drivers need a yellow, but with 6 to go, we'll see if we get one. 5 to go at the line. There's your leader working down through 1 and 2. He will ease that. Reynolds Trucking, Raptor Filters 52 down to the bottom. Now again from the wall to that inside groove, about half a car width off the bottom. That's where that 52 has been strong all night long. Now 2 miles to go. And a healthy 1.35 second lead over Brandon Watson, with Gemmel third, Schrank fourth, Farley fifth, Pritico sixth, Dale Shaw in seventh, and Kyle Steckley way back in eighth spot. So this is going to shuffle up the point standings for sure. And you might see Junior Farley go as high as third by the time our crack accounting staff of Dewey, Screwham, and Howe gets done tabulating the points here this evening. There is Jake the Snake Sheridan by the Coca-Cola scoreboard for the second last time tonight. He eases through 3 and 4. Off 4, loud pedal again. And the McCall Racing Enterprises white, or the London Recreational Racing white flag in the air. Final lap here for the 52. Jake the Snake Sheridan down the backstretch. He will ease it down onto the bottom. No lap traffic to contend with from here to the checkered flag. And for the third race in a row, Jake the Snake Sheridan will go to victory lane. Brandon Watson comes home second. And Watson not too happy with the 52. They're swerving at each other. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call a spade. As they were on their way into turn 3, Brandon Watson just door slammed Jake Sheridan. And Jake Sheridan was looking to give it back to him in 3 and 4. Should be some interesting post-race comments from both the 30 and the 52. But the 52, Jake Sheridan has made history. Brandon Watson, 4 in a row to start out the 2017 season. Joe Lawrence won 3 in a row in 2022. J.R. Fitzpatrick, 3 in a row in 2022. Sorry, Joe Lawrence was in 2020. And now in 2026, Jake Sheridan joins that exclusive list. 3 feature wins in a row on the APC Tour. His 7th career victory of his career, and his 2nd win here at Delaware. And we'll throw it down to Fuel Factory Victory Lane. Jordan, you're down there watching Jake Sheridan get out of that car.
Just getting all the safety equipment off down here. An excellent run from the driver of the 52. 3 in a row, just how he wanted the middle portion of this season to start out. Getting some water in there. It has been hot in these cars. It's about an hour and 10 minutes, our run time on that one. Jake's getting some more congratulations here at the window, waiting for him to hop out. He's got the Fuel Factory cap on. And here he comes. Give it up for your Canada Day Dayco APC race winner, Jake Sheridan. Jake with an excellent run there, a little mix up, about 20 to go. Take me through your evening.
Yeah, sure. Let him be upset. You know, I'm sick of getting right reared here for the lead. There's 14 cars here. I got right rear in the front straightaway, and he right rears me going into 3. So if he's going to get mad, I got a little loose at 1 and 2, but if he's going to get mad with me getting loose after he does that, it's just too bad. I mean, I didn't want to use him up at all. I think we had a good car, but he was going to battle up. So good job. Good for him. Good race in there. Just can't thank everybody enough. Really pumped to be here at Victory Lane for the Canada race, and can't thank all my partners, man. All my guys, thank you so much. Reynolds Trucking and Harvesting. Raptor Filters, Vibrant Farms, Strike Energy Systems, all these guys, man, Epic Raceware, just really, really great car again today, and happy we could put a show on.
3 in a row, how good does that feel?
Yeah, it's really good. I just treat every race like it's its own, you know what I mean? I don't have too much else to say. Just here to win, and really, really thankful for everyone's support, and happy to have a really good race car.
Jake Sheridan with an excellent run. He's going to sign his Fuel Factory checkered flag and then give it away to a lucky fan. So make your way to the front of the grandstands. Jake Sheridan's going to work his way up there and give away this Fuel Factory flag. He's going to sign it right here. Some lucky fan is going home with this tonight.
So Jake Sheridan down there wrapping up things in victory lane. Looking forward to hearing the comments from Brandon Watson, who finished second and was none too happy with the 52 after that one.
Brandon Watson here, P2, a little mix up there with about 30 to go. Take me through that one.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we both had good cars. It was a bonehead move by him. He's going to get it back twice as hard, I think. So he says he got loose in the corner. That's fine. But he kept the foot in it, drove me into the wall, almost had to let off. So I gave him a little bump down the back stretch, obviously, and then he just drove it in the corner. So well, we got lots of the year left. We'll see what happens. So I got to thank these guys. Port City Race Cars, amazing job. Ellis, Don Gallagher, everybody on the team. We had a good car. I think we had pretty even cars. We could have had a good race, but like I said, it's a fucking bonehead move.
Brandon Watson, runner-up for the second time in a row down here.
And there you see the replay, the door slam down into 3 and 4, and then obviously there was some stuff that happened before that too. So they were at it for a few laps. And talked to our third place driver. He had the roller coaster run. He was up and down and back and forth and left and right. What a night of emotions for Shea Gemmel, a third place finish.
Yeah, Shea Gemmel, heck of a drive to get yourself back up on the podium. How'd tonight go?
Yeah, this APC Canusa car was, we were way off there at the beginning of the race there, fell way back, and boys made a hell of a change there to tighten this thing up to the center there and kind of pick them off the field, and glad to be back up here in the podium. Third place is half decent. We always run good here at Delaware, and we show that coming from the back of the field. Got to thank AC Delco for this 159 event. We love having these people supports events like this. Delaware Speedway for this hell of a facility we have, keeping this place going. All the supporting classes we've had all weekend. All the APC Canusa fans and all of our co-sponsors, all our representatives coming out from all your suppliers. It really means a lot for all you guys to be here. I think APC Canusa, Castrol, Rick Holland Chevrolet, the guys behind me did a hell of a job today. We had some work to do, and like I said, we were there at the end and kept this thing half decently clean.
Shea Gemmel rounds off the podium in third. We'll send it back up to you guys.
How about that? History made today, and Jake Sheridan will leave today with the points lead. Brandon Watson will still be second. Unofficially, I've got Kyle Steckley holding on to third by a narrow margin over Junior Farley in fourth. Lonnie, thanks for joining us up here. Your closing thoughts?
What an exciting night of racing that was crazy that last couple laps. Thank you to G-Force. Thank you to you. Racing America, and have a good night.
On behalf of myself, Jordan Maudsley, Pitside, Lonnie Thompson up here in the booth. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a couple weeks from Flamborough Speedway. Great night action here at Delaware. Thanks for joining us on Racing America TV, and we'll see you next time.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.